Let's get boogity, boys. Good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of High Top Sports. Today, we're doing the none other than the call-in show. We've been slipping. We haven't done one in a little bit, but things have been heating up against Utah, and I felt like, this is a good time to bust this thing wide open. Maybe we'll get some Utes calling in. We'll get some Gator fans calling in. Get the vibe of what everybody's feeling out there. You heard my take on it yesterday. You heard Soder's take on it. You heard Steve getting a little feisty with it yesterday. And I was thinking about it. I was like, we got to hear what's going on with everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Because I just feel like we're getting close. We're itching. We're at the last stretch of the marathon where we're tired, but we see the finish line, so we can't stop now. You know what I'm saying? It is a call-in show, so the show only works if you call in, boys and girls. We already have a caller that's waiting for us already. One of my favorite callers, who I'm going to get to in just a moment. But let me say hey to the chat. Haley, what's going on? Haley, busting wide open. Yes, ma'am. How you doing, Haley? You got to change that last name. Daddy says, let's go, baby. How about them Gators? What a name. Chomp for life. The coach going YouTube photo had me looking sideways. Cody Dyke said, best Gator podcast out there. I appreciate that, man. Robert Richardson. We need to have a show 3 times a week, bro. We have a show on Sunday, we have a show on Wednesday, and then we usually have pop-up shows. So we're close. We don't have them organized, but we're close. Shot an 85 today with some brand new Maverick clubs. Felt accomplished. Good shit, Bubba. Good shit. Good to see you. Harrison Sanchez, what's going on, big dog? Welcome to the show. Daniel Thomas, Austin Waldron, Cole, Embry, Flower boy. How we doing? Welcome to the show. Over 80 people in here already. Connor says 7 days a week. We'll see what we need to do, baby. We'll see what we need to do. But let's get to order of business here, ladies and gentlemen. Again, one of my favorite guests already calling in to bust the show wide open. It's Guy Speed. What's up, big dog?
What's up, baby?
Good to see you, man. How you been?
Good, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Appreciate you calling in. I appreciate you waiting, man. This is how you get the show kicked off. Typically, I'm playing with myself.
I've been in here since 8 o'clock. I got the notification. And I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to go. I'm excited, baby. We got 2 weeks. 2 weeks from tonight.
I love the commitment, man. Talk to me, man. Yeah. How you feeling? What's your thoughts on Utah talking shit already, big guy?
Oh, dude. Honestly, I don't even want to talk shit back to them. They how many natties do they have? 0. That's really all I got to say. I mean, you can't argue with Utah fans, man. They're trying to make it something that it's not.
Sure.
Which I'm all for it. If they want it to be a rivalry, I'm all for it. That's just more entertainment for us because listen, regardless of what they do this year or if we lose, whatever, I can guarantee you we're gonna come out on top more times than not. So I'm all for it. If they wanna go that route, we can go that route.
For sure. I definitely feel like it's kind of, the guy that was kind of really starting it, I think he's enjoying it. I think they realized that, look, this is probably the most hype that Utah's going to get. The USC game will get some love, but even those games, man, it's not as exciting as this game. They realized last year coming to the Swamp how much energy playing in an SEC environment was. And I definitely feel like they're trying to get, play on top of what's happening. Kudos to them. Look, I feel like we're both in a weird place where, especially if Cam Rising doesn't play, they've got the one thing they have going for them is they got a great running back, which we do, but it's the coach, man. Guy's been there since 1945. When you've got somebody that's been there that long, that's that established in an organization, they're always going to be a threat. They've been honestly running into the Pac-12 for quite some time now, ever since kind of USC took a dive. Oregon's flirted with it a little bit, but Utah's been consistent with doing it with no star guys either. Just 2 and 3 star guys. You're good, buddy. So look, they're going to be a good football team to play with. But I enjoy the shit talking. So that's what got me fired up yesterday. I was loving it, and I know Florida fans eat it up too. And here's the thing, though. This is my concern because I said it last night. There's us in here that we're getting rowdy now. Florida goes out there and claps that ass. they're going to have to shut the Twitter down because it's going to get ugly quick.
Yeah. See, like I said, I'm all for it because, I mean, for one, it makes the games more fun to watch when there's
For sure
hostility going. And I think we play better when especially this year, everybody's got a chip on their shoulder. But honestly, it's a bittersweet. If Cam Rising plays, right, I think we're going to spank that ass either way. We're about to unleash an ass whooping. Okay, that defense, Armstrong's got them hyped up, ready to go. But if Rising doesn't play, then we got to hear, oh well, we didn't have our starting quarterback in, blah blah blah, whatever. But yeah, I think either way, dude. Honestly, I've been saying it since we got Graham Mertz. I watched his highlights. Or I watched tape on him. I watched more than just his highlights. I watched a lot of their games because obviously highlights are going to make anybody look good. But his numbers weren't great. But I've been saying since day one, dude, Graham Mertz he's going to be good. He's a 5-star in high school. The kid can throw the ball really well. He don't have a cannon like Richardson. But like I've been saying since we got him, he's got to do bare minimum. We have a solid run game. We have a solid offensive line. We got way more weapons than Wisconsin's ever had. All he's got to do is sit back there and make the throws that's given to him, and he's gonna be fine.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think, look, and that's what they're kind of, comparing to last year with Anthony Richardson. Anthony didn't come out really knocking anybody's socks off. It was arguably probably one of his better games just because he looked composed, he looked comfortable, didn't feel like he forced anything, unlike, towards the end of the year. Now, obviously, he threw for a lot more yards as the season went on, and he rushed for a lot in game one. But again, just that big play, the 2-point conversion, he looked in control, which we all were excited about, and that's kind of where the hype was going. But obviously things kind of didn't pan out that way. But yeah, look, I don't think Graham has to go out there and be a rock star to get things done. I think the defense, although, yes, only I think it's 59% are coming back. We talked about on the show a multitude of times. The guys that left outside of Ventrell Miller and Jervon, see you later, alligator.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and even outside of the 2-point conversion that Richardson threw last year, he had a good game, but he didn't have any touchdown passes until week 3, I think. So
yeah, he did.
Really, if you think about it, like you said, I think on the show yesterday, Mertz has had 30-plus starts. That was Richardson's first start. He didn't even throw a touchdown pass. He had 3 on the ground, But
sure.
Who knows what's going to happen if we start tossing the ball around the field, and they didn't see that from us last year.
I was corrected. He started the Georgia game in 2021. I forgot about that. So it technically was his second start, but I didn't feel like
we'll chalk that up.
Yeah, I feel like this was like a first official, like, hey, here's your team, go get it done start.
Yeah, for sure.
Godspeed, man. I appreciate you as always being in the chats, calling in on the shows, man. I love you to death. You going to any games this year?
Oh, I don't know which one yet, but I'm definitely going to go to at least one.
All right. Well, let me know. Hopefully, I'll be there. We definitely got to link up, get a photo, man. I appreciate you as always, big guy.
No problem,
good,
bro.
Man.
Yes, sir.
Later. All right, moving on to we've got the number one sister calling in right now. What is going on?
What's up?
How are you?
Great. I have a question for you. There's no category for the question, right?
As long as it's Florida football, but if not, I guess that is what it is.
Ooh, I didn't get that stipulation, so I'm
That's
just going
fine.
to go for it.
Ask your question.
So, Sheldon, would you be an egg for 1 year for $1 million? But the catch is that someone has to keep you as an egg. They can't break you. If they break you on purpose, they get the $1 million. But if you make it till the end of the year without breaking, then you get the $1 million, and you could split it 50-50 with them or whatever split you want to do. So who would you trust with your egg?
Oh, it's easy. I'd 100% do it, and I'd do it with my wife.
Okay, but not Connor?
I can't pick my wife. Hell no. Have you seen him? Have you seen his back? He can't even walk around himself without hurting himself. Hell no, it ain't Connor.
Okay, out of who on the High Top Sports cast would you choose?
Cody, without a shadow of a doubt. Not even gonna flinch. Yeah.
Can I get some more reasoning for that?
Holly, when you see Holly, if he doesn't have enough alcohol, he gets the shakes, and I feel like Dave lifts too much, and he just might squeeze me too hard and break me. And Cody's a ride or die. So easy squeeze, lemon peasy.
You think Holly might break you for the money?
He would break me for the money on purpose, on accident. It would just be inevitable. He wouldn't even care.
Right.
He wouldn't even hold his breath.
Good to know. Well, shout out to KK.
Yes, she would hold on strong for sure. Great question. Way to break up the monotony for Gator football. Everyone's like, what's going on here?
I didn't know that there was a category. I was told I was gonna ask you anything. So
the title says Florida versus Utah college. So yeah, I get it. It's I can see where
I
you'd be
went to
thrown off.
Florida, so that counts, right?
That's fair. Go Gators.
Go Gators.
All right. Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Speaking of the man's gonna hold my egg for a year. What's up, big guy?
Then we're going to Vegas and putting it all on black.
Yeah, absolutely. As soon as I crawl out of my
All
egg,
right.
we're gonna rock and roll. Talk to you. Hey, real quick, I got a couple super chats, real quick. $10 from Landon Gossinell. Can't wait for Gators to walk onto Utah and embarrass them in front of their home crowd. Go Gators. Hell yeah. And then $2 from Dom, of course, says mix the word sister around, turns to Reese. What? And my man Jay Connor Martin with $50. My goodness. Showing some love. What's up, big dog? Good to see you, baby. Appreciate your support, man. Love you, man. And Sorley finally became a member. Holy shit. Good shit. Jay, you the man, baby. I love you, Bubba. That's the man right there. What's up? Talk to me, Cody.
All right, so I was thinking in the shower yesterday. On
That's my
some
boy.
shower thoughts.
That's my boy.
Who's gonna have more sacks during the Utah game? Princely,
Ooh.
or the combined two nose guards in Cam and Big Dez, or our boy Jack?
That's a great question, man. I saw a few clips with Princely, Sapp, and Pyburn today. All of them look nasty, first of all.
Yeah.
I got to go with Princely, man. He just signed a deal with Drewski for an agency. Not that that's going to correlate to him getting more sacks, but I just really think he's the real deal. This was Drewski's first big signing for his new sports agency, which is really cool for Princely. Really happy for him. I just think, we obviously interviewed and we talked about him, just his motivation and his focus and his drive. I do believe that Pyburn and Sapp and those guys, I don't think they've been on the field enough. I think they're rotating around, just trying to get things figured out. I do think they'll capitalize because I think they'll try to heavy side it to Princely's side and maybe allow the combination of the nose tackles or the other edge. But you got to give it to Princely. You can't shy away from that. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
I'm him since I think two nose tackles. So great question.
Yeah, I think Jack Pyburn's like the new shiny toy for us too. You know what I mean?
100%. It's easy to get blinded by that for sure. And I don't want to. I love it. I love what he's bringing to the table, but I don't want to dip my toe. I don't want to drink the Kool-Aid too much. I'm always kind of drinking it too much, so I gotta keep it toned down a little bit. For
sure. And then, how are you feeling about the cornerback situation?
With Jason Marshall, Devin
couple
Moore,
guys nicked up. You got Kimber coming back full strength. He was a big player. Yeah,
I'm excited.
But nothing completely proven. That's proven all year long.
Sure. I think Marshall's going to be a threat. I think Devin Moore, he made a lot of noise last year in the offseason, but never really showed out. Kimber was dealing with an injury last year. Feels like everyone's pretty healthy and ready to rock and roll. Kimber feels pretty excited. In his interview, he felt fired up. So all those things got me fired up for sure.
Cool.
What's your thoughts?
All right, I got to hop off here. I just wanted to.
Okay.
I just wanted to leave you with one little nugget before I left.
Yes, sir.
AR went 11 for 11 today during Bears joint practice, and dropped like three tutties on him.
So we might have been wrong, Cody. Let me eat your words on Sunday, buddy.
Well, no, maybe we'll see. We'll see during the preseason game. That was just joint practice, so
we'll see.
Maybe he's a practice star Hall of Famer.
Man.
See ya.
Maybe. Have fun with it, Bubba. Thanks for calling. Your show is jam-packed, boys. We got people lined up. Don't leave. We're getting to you. Blake Hartwell. Talk to me, big dog.
How's it going? So I'm actually a senior at UF, moving in
Okay.
Saturday, so I'm real excited for that. And in my mind, I just feel like there's no shot in hell we lose to Utah. I mean, I'm thinking about it and line up all the teams in college football. And if they played us with a third string quarterback, which is probably going to happen with Utah, could they beat us? The list of teams that could do that, it's pretty short in my opinion. So I
Sure.
know the Utah fans are hot about it, and they're saying, "Oh, it's a hot stadium to go into." I don't see that. 50,000 people. I mean, that's like the last in the SEC behind Vanderbilt, and it's our last like big road game since the 90s probably, and you have a lot of people out west. I mean, Florida's a huge fan base. I'm thinking there's going to be a lot of Gators in there. I
For
don't see it
sure.
being packed with only Utah fans. I mean, there's a lot of people probably that moved out west and they're looking to really get in there. So I think it could be we smoke Utah. That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, no, look, and so coming off last year too, we had the worst probably defense we had. I mean, in a very long time, that defense was atrocious. And it's all hype. I think what Austin's been able to do. I think the guys that are put into motion. Again, I kind of mentioned it earlier. The guys that left on defense outside of Jervon, Brenton Cox, and Ventrell, the rest of them hit the portal. It wasn't like they landed on their feet in some on big time school. I think Helm went to TCU. That was a good transfer. The rest of them kind of fell off and went to like the Nebraskas or like Pittsburghs. It was like they landed in some still a Power 5 conference. Don't get it wrong in Division 1. But it wasn't like they went to some elite powerhouse of talent worth of school. And that's not a knock to it. I mean, it's a little bit of a knock. It is what it is. And I truly believe that first game, they were bought into Billy 100% for sure, but there's still he's still trying to get things dialed in. I think things are going to be much more dialed in going into this. The concern is, though, it's still on a Thursday night. It's going to throw a wrench into that schedule. What does Billy do to get prepared for that rhythm, right? Because you can tell Billy's very adamant about the regimen of before each game. What do we do getting off the bus, doing this, and eating. And Princely talked about on the show kind of just their schedule. Like it's all in sync with one another. Does having it on Thursday throw any of that off? I don't know. You know what I mean? It's so kind of to kind of spin on that, Jake Paul, when he was fighting, I think it was his not Diaz, but the fight before that, he would go to bed at or he would wake up at like 2:00 in the morning because that's when he would go to bed around like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning because his fight was around like 10, 11 o'clock, right? So like he was trying to get his body synced up for that time frame. So you're thinking about it, you're kind of in the mindset of game day Saturday. With it being their first game, will it throw that much of a wrench in it? Right? It's not like it's 5 Saturdays in a row then a Thursday. Maybe not. But there's definitely a question on that.
And there's a couple things with that. Like, so for us, school starts this coming Wednesday. And then for Utah, school starts this coming Monday. And I know for most schools, fall camp ends right when school starts. So I don't know if they're going to get less prep time. I mean, 2 days, that's kind of negligible. But I'm thinking like you said, to get your body right and adjust to that elevation. The Utah fans are saying, oh, they're not going to be ready for the elevation. It only takes a few days for your body to really adjust to that. And it takes a lot longer to adjust to the heat that we have in the swamp like they dealt with last year. So it depends when Billy gets them out there and gets them to Utah. Obviously, I don't know the schedule with that, but I just don't see it being as much of an issue. And like I was saying before, I mean, dude, third string quarterback, you can't tell me you can play winning football with a guy that was third string behind a second string redshirt freshman that just got injured. So that's just how I'm looking at it.
They're hyped because look, he was there last year. He started against Washington State. He threw for 160 yards. Came in, didn't do anything, just didn't make any mistakes. Simply what we're saying Mertz is going to come in and do. Just don't fuck anything up, dude. Just keep it in between the lines and we'll figure out the rest. He came in and threw a touchdown against Ohio State, but they also had 2 monster tight ends, 2 pacifiers they could pass it to. But look, I'm high on it, man. Obviously, I keep saying it. We're in that honeymoon stage. We're going to be excited about it. And I'm going to keep riding that honeymoon stage. But
yeah. And that, I mean, also half of his completions were to Kincaid last year. when he did get his play time. So he's gone. I don't think Keithy is going to be what people think he is coming off of the ACL tear or whatever. Even if he plays, I have no idea. But yeah, that's kind of my remarks. That's what I'm looking at. I see we smoke Utah, and hopefully, real optimistic here, looking at undefeated going into Jacksonville. So we'll see.
I love it. I love the energy. Blake, I appreciate you calling in, man. Go Gators. Enjoy your senior year, big guy. You gonna be at any of the games? I assume so.
All 6 of the home games. I'm at all of them, baby. So here we go.
Well, my little sister, she's starting there. She just finished summer B. It's her freshman year. So take care. If you see her, tell her go Gators. All right.
I'll tell you today. Yeah, always go Gators. Have a great night.
You too, big dog. Thanks for calling in, man. As always, appreciate you. All right, boys and girls, we just got a jam-packed show lined up. I love it. Thanks for you guys calling in. Also, usually you guys are yelling about the microphone not working. I had Soder to let me know my mic wasn't working. What's up, guys? Where y'all at on that? Shake Money.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
What's up with the light situation, Bubba? We're good?
Yeah, I'm doing good, bro.
Why is it so dark over there?
Huh?
Why is it so dark?
That's my setup. You got
my,
my
Yeah. Okay, the lightsaber. Okay, I cut it off. My bad.
It's all good.
Talk to me, man. How you feeling, baby? You got the Hey, how about the Dolphins? Man. How you feeling with the Dolphins, baby?
I'm feeling good about them. I think we're gonna, I think we're gonna do pretty well, man. I'm optimistic as always. You know what I mean? I'm a Dolphin fan. What can I say?
Dolphin and Gator fan. What do you got?
Oh,
you
know
what I mean?
I'm in the water, baby.
Talk to me, man. How you feeling about game one?
I'm excited. I'm at least I know who the starting quarterback is. Hey, let me ask you this though: if Graham Mertz plays really well, lights out, and here's hoping. You know what I'm saying? And he stays. Would you want him to stay another year, or you want Billy Lagway to come in and become a true freshman?
I love that question. If he comes out and balls out like you're saying, not just game one, but the whole season, how could you not want him to stay for another year? You know what I mean? I think it would really help for recruiting purposes, for maybe like if to close in on a big, like a Jeremiah Smith, let's say, if he knows, hey, that year one, there's going to be, a solidified quarterback that threw for over X amount of yards. Nothing against DJ. We're rushing everything. The NFL's rushing these guys. College is rushing these guys. You can't tell me that 1 year sitting behind somebody and we kind of do like a Leak Tebow thing where he comes in for a few plays. How does that not benefit DJ Lagway? And I understand if you're DJ, and I know he wants to come in and be the guy, and I love that, and I respect that, and I want that for him. Quinn Ewers, he even sat out his first year. Right now, it was like a weird sit, but even he said now, even Arch Manning said now. Arch Manning was a perfect scorer coming out of high school, and he's sitting out. There's a pro in sitting out. There's just such a big leap from high school to college that you need that time to sit behind somebody to where you can hit the ground running versus playing, behind the 8 ball. Again, that's just if we're able to have that ability where Graham stays. I think Graham stays regardless. To be honest with you. Because if he has a bad season, no way he goes. And he has a great season. Yeah. The quarterback class that's going in this next year is insane. And you're not in that situation where Anthony was this year where you're at your highest point now, right? Because Anthony was. If Anthony came back, I feel like he's not going to really get any higher, and he wouldn't have. He wouldn't have probably gone there before because I think the class coming out is much more elite. But, yeah, I think he should stay, and I think I would be okay with him sitting behind.
Yeah, and by the way, I hope you don't mind. I'm on. It's a channel called The Fins Tailgate.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
And that I do Dolphins content on there. But this year, Saturdays, I will be calling games live. Doing commentating.
Oh, good shit. Cool. Yeah, definitely have to check out the Dolphins.
Just a big game. No, I'm gonna be calling Gator games.
Oh, good shit. Okay.
Yeah, trust me, believe it or not, there's a lot of Gator Dolphin fans out there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Being in Florida, yeah. They can, when I get too sloshed to talk, they can go listen. Hop back and forth between us.
I tell you what, we've had a lot of Dolphin greats that were Gators. We had Channing Crowder, Dolphin. He wasn't a good, but, Channing Crowder, he does Dolphin media. Nat Moore. We had Mike Pouncey.
There we go.
Lewis Oliver.
Okay.
All Gators.
Good stuff.
Oh yeah,
I love, man. What's your thoughts on game 1 against Utah? Talk to me.
One thing I just want to mention too, I understand that it's gonna be hard to adjust to the Thursday game, but guess what? Utah has to make that same adjustment as well.
Good point. Good point.
So at the end of the day,
I
think
what's the score prediction?
I say my Florida wins 28-14.
I love it. I love that energy.
I think it's gonna I think the running game is gonna take another step this year because now they have the threat. I think they have a more of a passing threat because I know Anthony Richardson had a deep arm, but at the same time he didn't have those touch passes.
Sure.
So I think you're dealing with the actual arm talent and
with a little more confidence. Again, I think 30 starts coming into this game. I think that's going to play a huge factor because I feel like we started that game a little slow, right? Trying to get the ball rolling. We came out running the football, which I loved, running down the throats, ended up fumbling the ball, which kind of had a huge momentum swing for Utah. We go down and score, who knows what happens, but that's hearsay, their say, right? But I don't feel like the conservative is going to be the same going out this time around with Graham Mertz at the helm. I believe that for sure.
And another reason I don't think they're going to pack the box. I think the reason they pack the box a lot on us is because of Anthony Richardson's run ability. So now they're not going to really pack the box because we have a quarterback that can actually
slice and dice the
ball.
Yeah, for sure. And the wide receiving core you got to believe is it's going to be upgraded without a shadow of a doubt. Ricky's still there. And I think that the tight end group is stronger. Bordenham's going to be there. It's looking a lot better.
Any freshmen you think going to start? Are we having any freshman wide receivers?
I think we'll see Mizell. I think we'll see Eugene. I don't know if they'll start, but I think we'll see Eugene maybe come out, maybe do like a screenplay for sure. I think Eugene's going to be utilized in a couple of screenplays. I think Gene may line up a few times. But yeah, I definitely see Mizell line up on the outside, just getting a quick little zip down the line. All the touchdowns we've seen, it's him catching a deep ball from Maxie B. So I could see that being a play call for sure. Starting though, I don't think they're going to start, but they'll definitely see the football field for sure.
And before I go, man, who do you think is going to be the player prediction player of the game on offense and defense?
Ooh, good question. I love these shows, man. Player of the on defense. Give me Shamar James. I think linebacker play is going to play a big factor, especially if the tight end, is locked in. That's usually kind of, I think they ate us up last year was our linebacker play. On offense, I think Montrell. I think he's going to be the sleeping giant. I think we know what he's going to do. I really think he's going to. I said for me, he's big to separate himself from that running back room as the elite number one guy in a good way. I think it's going to be him, and it's kind of it's a sleepy pick, but I think it's going to be him. Some of this Etienne and James. So,
and in closing thoughts, listen, man, the one thing that got me excited, look, one of our best offensive linemen that we drafted was Robert Hunt. And one reason I bring him up is because Rob Sell is the one who's coaching him. So coached him at because remember Robert Hunt came from and our coach at the other school he was at. I can't think of the school right now.
Louisiana? Rob Sell's at Louisiana.
Yeah. So he came from Louisiana. He played for Billy Napier. So and he coached. One of our best offensive linemen is a product of Rob Sell. So that's got me hyped for our offensive line this year.
Sure. The O-line coaches are phenomenal. I think that proven to what Siren said last year. So I'm excited to see what these guys are going to be able to do. But Shakeman, I appreciate you calling in, man. Great questions as always. Yes, sir. Go check you. Where can they find you at again, Bubba?
I'm on the Fins tailgate. The Fins
awesome,
tailgate.
Man.
Right,
be good, man. Go Gators, boss.
Be
Thanks
safe.
for tuning in as always.
Later.
All right, boys. We're humping. I love it. We got Cole Embry and then Billy Balsack and sorely fucking Rico Suave there with his fresh cut. I see your ass. First of all, Cole, I see you down in my chat. Where are you?
I'm in Utah.
Oh, shit,
to the mountains.
I was like, how is this man in daytime right now? Where is this guy?
No, biggest Gator fan in Utah. Self-proclaimed, of course, but
Fresh ass hat too. I love it.
Thanks. Got it at the game last year, Utah game. So, I don't know. I want to know your thoughts on the altitude because everybody bickers about it. I have my opinion.
Hold on. I want to know your thought. You're there. Give me the 411, big guy.
Okay. So I played collegiate rugby out in Hawaii for just for a year. Just for a year. I'm not anything good or anything like that, but coming back to Utah was extremely difficult to like run and breathe. And so I think it's going to be a lot bigger of a factor than everybody is saying it is. I think it's going to be just as big of a factor as the heat would have been to the Utes. I think it was probably similar, except at least Utah can cool down, but you can't really fight a lack of oxygen. So that's my one thought. So
real quick, don't try to play off like playing 1 year rugby is nothing because that's a hell of a sport to play. So hey guys,
he's got that gator in him.
All right, he's an absolute tank here. So, can look from somebody that transitioned from Hawaii to there. I believe it's easier to train for an altitude than it is to train for humidity. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, because I mean, there's a lot of I don't know. I feel like it's probably it's even in my mind. I've never played in like I've never played in like Florida humidity. Hawaii wasn't like it's humid and it's tropical, but I've lived out in Orlando for 2 years, and the humidity is just different. So for instance, in Utah, like right now, we'd be an hour and a half into the game, in 2 weeks, and it's 80 degrees right now. It's 79. It's perfect outside.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
And like when it's 100 degrees out here, you can walk into the shade and it feels like it's 80 degrees. And so the heat in Utah is really nice because it's really hot, but then, you take a step into the shade and it's like, hey, everything's good. Where in Florida, it's just, it drowns you, it kills you. And so that's not going to be a thing in Utah but I mean, training for humidity here would be pretty tough. I don't even know how you would train for it, to be honest. I don't
think you can. That's what I was saying. I think at least Billy, maybe there's got to be a thought process of like, look, guys, we're going to train with those little masks or something, in a low oxygen area to help prepare our lungs for that as much as we can. I remember last year they were turning up the heat in their indoor facility. That's not the same. It's not hot. The heat isn't the issue. Yeah. It's the armpit that you're playing in is where that comes into play. I love the fact that for these past 2 years that the weather has been a massive component of these conversations.
I actually really love it because it's like something that's completely different than Florida's used to.
It's somebody it's another part of the game, right? It's another player, another component for sure. Yeah. It's a 12th man.
For sure. Florida has the 12th man in humidity and the crowd. The crowd's not going to be that big of a deal in Utah. I don't think. It's got 50.
Let me see that view real quick, bro. I remember here in Flatlands. That's incredible, dude. You get to walk out your front door and see that. Like, I'm cheesing out. Like, that's insane.
It's great, honestly. I absolutely love it here. But
now, have you been rocking your Gator shit around Utah? Have you gotten any
dude,
flack?
I never take it off. Like, hold on. I can go get my wife. She's we have like a party here right now. So, but no, you know what? No, I won't bug her. She's cooking and stuff. But no. I never take it off. It's like the ongoing joke is like, so my father-in-law was trying to get him on here too, and he's a huge Utah fan. And he's like, I'm not getting on that. I'm not getting on it. No, I got to cook. I got to do this. And it's like, I'm very opinionated with the Gators. I love them so much. It's very polarizing for everybody around me. My friends will either love or hate the Gators. So it's like a personality flaw of mine.
So your father-in-law is a big fan of the show. He's a subscriber, right?
No, probably not.
I love it, man. I love it. What's your prediction of the score, Cole?
I don't know. It's so hard to say, really. I think it'll be lower scoring unless our receivers can really show out and Graham Mertz. And I don't really know what to expect because like the spring game was so low scoring. Is it a good representation of what we can do, or should we just completely forget about that and move forward with what we've heard from spring practice? And so I know that Utah, their offense will probably struggle just because Barnes, I mean, he's okay. I mean, if Graham Mertz plays the same way he did at Wisconsin, I would imagine him and Barnes are the same, in my opinion. But, if Graham Mertz can step it up and this offense makes a difference, I would love to just see a blowout game. But if he can't and we have to utilize the running, it's probably like a 21-14 game, in my opinion. I don't know. So
I love it.
I'm just looking forward to it.
It's going to be fun. I'm assuming you're going to the game, right?
Dude, I wish. So I'm actually prepping for dental school, hopefully getting into Florida So I don't have
wow,
money to
good shit.
spend. I don't have
That's
money
fair.
to spend on the game. But I'll be watching it. And for any Gator fan that comes to Utah, I'd love to go to lunch. So if you're coming out here or whoever, I don't know how to put together a group, but let's get a group to go to lunch out here before the game.
Yeah, I mean, I know a few people that are going, so we can maybe try to kumbaya that maybe in the chats. You guys can figure that out.
Yeah.
But hey, when you become a dentist, you'll be my dentist. We'll call it even.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Hey man, I appreciate you calling in, man.
That they do, so maybe we'll get some Gator ones for everybody, especially like Utah fans. If Utah win or loses, I'll sneak a little Gator on the crown and just toss it on there. So
I love
we
it.
have a lot of Gator fans here or something. But yeah, thanks for having me on, man. It's good to talk to you.
No, man, I appreciate you being patient, man. Go Gators. Enjoy it. Tell your father-in-law we're disappointed in him for not hopping on. Tell me, hey, you got that Gator in him.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
All right. Have a good one.
Be good, man. Oh, man. Fucking Rico fucking Suave. Dude, this man's over here rolling joints and shit in my green screen. Man's got the haircut from it looks like he's from Peaky Blinders over here. Like, how do you always look this good, bro? Like, you got your father,
Blinders,
father of 9, just like primed up over here. Like, how? And you already got the jersey. The jersey dropped 2 days ago, and you already have it. Like, what are we doing here, dude?
I got all the jerseys. Okay, listen, I got a list here, bro. I've been listening to Cole. I've been listening to the podcast guy. What's his name, Matt?
The podcast guy, Shake Money?
Shelton, first of all, hey, I'm coming with you. I'm getting the mullet, okay?
We're going?
We're going. Right?
I got to look. I trimmed it up a little bit today. So I kind of.
I'm going to be right there with you, man. All right. Tennessee game, we got to link up, take a couple Snapchat pictures.
The wife's going to allow it?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, listen. So I did the whole Army thing, right, about 8 years. I'm an old cat now. So I happened to be in Colorado for 5 years, okay? And I grew up in Georgia, right, Murray County, right there where Napier's from. Bro, I smoked weed, I smoked cigarettes, and I would get up and run 3 miles and be just fine, okay? 20 years old. I'm running through it, bro. So my point is 17, 18, 19, 20-year-olds going to Utah, it ain't going to be a problem. I mean, if Billy Napier was the running back, then yeah, man, you might need some oxygen masks. But we're talking about kids here that literally have been training their whole life playing football. So elevation, man, like just coming from like a pothead, like it's not bad, man. I run every day and I still smoke. So, all right, I'm glad we got that out of the way. All right, check.
This you can't pay for this kind of shit. This is incredible. I'm sorry. Go ahead. This is Chris' show.
Number 2, Shelton, look at it. All right. Matt or whoever hopped on said, what if Mertz had a good game going into Utah?
Mm-hmm.
What if he goes out there and throws 3 fucking picks? Like, I'm telling you guys, you need to temper expectations till after the game. Because if y'all start saying fire Billy, I'm going to have a fucking aneurysm. Like, I'm literally going to fall out, bro. Because I know Q in the chat, there's people in there saying, hey, hold on a second, pump your brakes. But, bro, like, it's a possibility. 3 years of tape, like you see it. So, what are your thoughts on that?
No, I agree. You mentioned that in the chat the other day. Like, look, I feel like the Anthony, we hyped it all up and it paid off, and then it fell off, right? Like right afterwards. Yeah, look, he could go out there and have an atrocious game, but we can't panic after one game, right? Because there's still an entire season left, and as much importance as this game carries, it's just like the LSU and FSU game where you can easily bounce back if the team shows signs. In the running back room, we know what's going to do, but the O line shows improvement. If the D line shows improvement, and we lose, a close game, maybe because Graham does throw and make some errant throws. Look, I'm confident in Max Brown as well, but yeah, we can't go to immediate panic right off the rip. I don't feel like that's going to happen. I feel like Billy has things in control. I trust Billy, and that's the biggest thing that I keep riding on. It's like, hey, Shelton, why are you so optimistic? I'm I'm pro off of what I saw last year. Did he make some mistakes? 100%. But his motto is
scared money don't make money, you know?
So he's going to take risks. He's going to take chances. And sometimes it bites you in the ass. And we were in a place last year where we lost more than we won. And that just kind of is, that's life. But the things I saw, I was excited about. There's small things that people are kind of misunderstanding here, right? We had a ton of attrition at the end of the season. The fact that nobody left at the beginning of the year and he kept that team together and bought in throughout the entire season with when nobody was bought in at a certain point because of how quickly everybody left. They're like, F this guy. I'm not part of this. I can't make it here. I don't want to deal with this. Whatever Billy was running. And to keep them bought in when Mullen couldn't do it the year prior, those are things to me that are W's. So I like the direction that we're heading. I don't feel that I believe he went out and got Graham for a reason. I think Graham's going to make good decisions.
Yeah.
Yes, we know he has interception prone due to his stats. I think the environment and the atmosphere that he was in Wisconsin alluded to that. I don't feel like it was forced errant throws. I felt like he was kind of put into a box, right? And then was forced to make a throw because that's just all he was left. So I don't think it's going to happen. It could happen 100%. I just don't feel the play calling will allow for him to do that. Just like when Anthony didn't come out and throw a touchdown, and I don't think he threw an interception either against Utah because I think he kept him in a little bit of a bubble. I don't feel he's going to be that enclosed with Cam, but I definitely think he'll have his control in it for sure.
I agree, man. 100%. I mean, I'm not anti-Mertz either. I'm just like let's not fire our coach next year. Like, let the fan base just kind of remain neutral until at least after the Tennessee game, right?
You know that's not going to happen, right?
I know, man.
Okay, all right. Just making sure we're cool.
Bro, real quick. I think Trey Wilson or ETN gets a kickoff return TD.
I think Mizell's doing it too.
That's the mystery. I think it's either Trey Wilson or ETN.
Oh, I forgot about Eugene. Yeah, maybe that'd be good too. I like that call. I like to real quick though before we move on. $5 from Landon. I would kind of like us for us to beat Utah with Rising on the field because Utah fans going to use that excuse. What's funny is I said this last night in the show. I don't know if you remember me saying this after I went through hey, homeboy might not play, et cetera, et cetera. I go, honestly, I'd rather him play because I don't want to deal with this bullshit. I don't believe that whoever does play, I still feel that, look, their secret weapon is the head coach and the system that he's created. But I don't want to deal with that. And the Utah guy comes on. He's like, you guys are begging for the quarterback not to play. Like, did you not listen to the damn show? That was the complete opposite of what I said. I was simply just looking at if he may not play and then stated, but I hope he does play. I want him to play too. I agree. I don't want an easy road. I love the fact that we have the hardest schedule this year and next year. It sucks, but it's still fun. I love waking up every Saturday with my nuts in my throat and knowing what the hell's going to happen. I genuinely enjoy that. You know what I'm talking about.
You the throat goat?
Yeah, the throat goat. Tell me, I like the question. I think Shake Money asked it. Who's your MVP on defense and offense? Those are a hell of a question, by the way.
Defense?
For the Utah game, obviously. Not the all year.
Yeah. I'm going to say right here, baby, number one. I'm going with Princely, man. 3 sacks.
I love that. Okay.
Especially with the third quarterback. I think he's going to have a field day. And maybe even – no, I'm not going to say Pyburn. I'm going to stick with Princely for defense.
Yeah, we're all in the Kool-Aid right now, Pyburn. Yeah.
I ain't drinking that shit yet. Offense, Pearsall, hands down.
Think so?
Yeah. Bro,
what are you thinking?
Huh?
Give me a stat.
Bro, 120 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I like that because I think he only had 54 yards with 6 catches last year. Definitely can do a lot more damage.
But bro, I'm watching the game right here, right now. Bro, Richardson missed 7 easy, 10, 15-yard slants to Pearsall that first game last year. He would have easily had 100 yards. So
sure.
Pearsall cooked them all game, but Richardson couldn't hit the soft passes. So that's what I got, bro. I think it's going to be 35-21. Florida's going to come out. And, yeah, man. Like Allie Peak said, bro, we got to handle our business. I don't know if you saw that podcast, but, bro, she she threw down some truth bombs. So shout out Ellie Peak.
She threw down some bombs. Frederick Watts says, "Those nuts in your throat is passion, brother." I have the same feeling. I love that. We can bond over this. Shower thoughts, nuts and throats. It's good that we can all come together.
For sure, man.
I love it. But Sorley, a pleasure as always, my guy. I love you for calling in. You get the damn
fuck around.
I never get to say goodbye to him. It's unbelievable. My goodness. 352 Sports. Talk to me, man. What's going on? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm doing pretty good. It's my first time calling in with y'all boys.
Yeah, I see you comment all the time, though, so I'm glad you called in, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
You got a green screen? You in the studio?
Yeah, I'm trying to get one set up. I was thinking about trying to do a little show too, but I'm a little behind on setting everything up. Haven't done anything yet.
That's fine. Keep on moving. It'll get there. Talk to me, man. How we feeling about game one?
So I personally feel pretty good about it. So like all day long, I've been inside this little Facebook SEC Nation page on Facebook, and I made a little post. I said that Montreal and Etienne we're gonna go for we're gonna carry us get 1,000 yards collectively for the first 6 games. We're gonna go 6-0.
Okay.
And people are talking so much shit to me. Oh man, you're crazy. Mm-hmm. You're gonna get dragged by Kentucky. You get dragged by Tennessee and everything. They're saying I'm delusional. And I'm like, if you really sit back and think about it, we lost to Tennessee by less than 1 touchdown, and they lost their quarterback. Kentucky, we just barely lost that game. All these games were so close, and then we had all these inconsistencies with Anthony Richardson. So if we can just be consistent, we can literally beat these other teams because Tennessee lost their quarterback, and then Kentucky lost their quarterback. Even though they're probably going to get an upgrade with the NC State guy, but people act like we're just going to go and lose all these games, where it's like they're going to be close games, but everything's winnable. The only games that seem a little bit sketchy would be Georgia and LSU, but literally every other game is 100% winnable.
Couldn't agree more, man. And look, you a few people are starting to talk about it. We talked about it last night. It's stacking the wins. You get Utah going to McNeese State. We're 2-0. That Tennessee game, it was close last year. It was a dogfight like we expected to be with Hendon Hooker, who may have pulled the Heisman out if he didn't get injured, right? Could have had a hell of a finish to the season. Jalen Hyatt, phenomenal wide receiver. They had a great defense as well. It was a hell of a football team. I keep calling it lightning in a bottle. Until they proved me that I was wrong, it was lightning in a bottle. Coming into the swamp at night, it's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be close. Don't get it twisted. It's still going to be close, but it's like you said, a winnable game. 3-0, Charlotte 4-0. So what's funny is I kind of been steamrolling over Kentucky. Josh Page just tweeted today that they're hearing big things coming out of Kentucky. What it's coming from there, I don't know. But like you said, you're not wrong. Probably got an upgrade in their quarterback room. I know they lost a few guys to the portal as well. That team kind of fell off last year, even with Levis at the helm. So I don't know what's going on there in Kentucky to give me any hope. But we are going to Kentucky, so that's going to be a dogfight. It's going to really determine again if we go into that game 4-0. That's going to play a big factor as well. And then I think we've got Vandy. So then there's 6-0 right there, like you said, headed into Jacksonville. So and look, I'm kind of sliding over Vandy, but I don't think we lose that game again. It's going to be in Florida. No way we lose that game again, right?
I agree. I don't think so at all.
But what's your prediction for game one, man?
So for game one, I really feel like we're going to do what we were supposed to do to them last year. I feel like we're going to beat them by 17 points. Just because I feel like we were supposed to do that last year. But, the game started off a little bit shaky with the fumble, like you were saying earlier.
Sure.
And I just feel like this year everything's more solidified. Etienne knows I'm one of the two guys that are going to go out there and do it, So he's already expected to just, he has that mindset where he's ready, and Billy knows for sure that he can count on him. So he knows he got the 1-2 punch already. He doesn't have to be like, okay, well, I gotta try this and then I try that. He knows what he has already in his 2 running backs, and he knows what he has now in Ricky Pearsall, because last year I feel like in 4 or 5 different games, Billy should have fed Pearsall where he didn't. He got like maybe 2 passes, and they were like big catches, but then he just went away. They didn't throw the ball to him anymore. It didn't seem like. And a few times they did, it was like, like the ball sailed past him over his head and stuff like that. But they didn't. There were just times where he just wasn't feeding the man the ball, and the dude was open like a lot, but he just wasn't getting the ball. But also with like how young everyone is on defense and on offense and everything, every win that we get is just going to keep stacking, like you were saying, and that's more experience, and they're going to get more comfortable, and they're going to get better every single game. So the team that we are at game 1 is going to be completely different by the time we play South Carolina. We're going to be like 6 times better.
And there's a beautiful saying, ignorance is bliss. And with being as young as they are, they're going to go into that stadium. Look, bright-eyed, bushy-tail. But ignorance is bliss. They're going to go in not knowing enough to get overwhelmed by the situation to a sense, right? There's no pressure that young. Well, you just go out there and play football. You're not trying to, if your future isn't, a season away, like it was for Anthony and a couple other guys on that team, where like, this is my make it or break it season, where that can kind of the doors can start closing in on you. So I totally agree. I love your mindset too with Montrell and Etienne knowing he's the guy now. Last year, he was kind of in a pressure position where we're having to step up. So look, man, just go do your thing. And I think they're going to be a treat to watch. The wide receiver room is going to be a treat to watch, and then the defense, like you said, they're going to be explosive and be a fun to watch. Real quick, man, I got a hell of a super chat here. Man. We got $100 super chat from G Witty says, my boy making me laugh again. Go Gators! That this chat crew is number one. This chat crew is incredible. You guys are always amazing and a blast. G Witty, love you, my man. Incredible. Thank you so much for the support. That Gator Nation is incredible. You guys are awesome. And appreciate everyone who's called in today, including you 352. Appreciate you, man. What's your name, man?
John.
John. Okay, awesome. Calling you 352.
Well, man, my shirt right here.
I love it. Well, get the studio set up, man. Quick.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah, knock it out. Get it up and going. So next time you call in, you'll have a nice little background rocking or rolling. And look, we're going to be doing this obviously throughout the season. For the fact that we're having this much fun and it hadn't even started yet, I can't even imagine what's going to happen, good or bad, when the season starts. It's going to be a good one, man. I'm pumped for it, man. What's your prediction for the record, and then we'll let you go.
For the whole entire year,
yeah.
I'm looking at 9-3 strong.
I love it. 3 losses, probably what? Georgia, LSU, and who do you got?
See, Georgia, LSU, and then it would either end up being Tennessee or South Carolina.
Okay, I think the Arkansas game is going to be trickier than people think. I think that game's going to – KJ Jefferson, I think, is a hell of a quarterback. I think Spencer Rattler and South Carolina is a good pick too, though. I do agree with you. Oh, there he is. Yeah, those all those games, they're going to be dogfights. They're going to be fun games, though. I can't wait. But, John, I appreciate you, man, for calling in.
Yes, sir.
Go Gators. And hopefully we'll see you next Wednesday on the live show, man. I don't know what happened to him. Dude, G Witty, thank you so much for the support, man. I appreciate it. Somebody asked you on the radio. We are on iTunes and Spotify. If that's what you were asking, I'm not quite sure if that's what you were referring to. We're not like on like 1010, like, or FM or anything like that. But we are on those channels if you guys want to listen to us. Those views have been going up, which is really cool to see, man. That the family's just growing incredibly over the past just year. It's been really cool to be a part of. I want to get to 16,000 subs hopefully by the season start. We're at 15.7 right now. We're getting close. We're inching there, boys. Be cool to hit it. 2 weeks to hit over just under 300 more subs to hit 16K by season come. You know what's crazy? There's nobody here, so if you guys want to call in, I'm here alone. Last year, this time, we were fighting because the game was on September 3rd, and I wanted to hit 3,000 subs before the season started. And we hit it on September 3rd, the game day, which was really cool. And now we're sitting here climbing for 16,000 subs a year later. Unreal. Absolutely unreal. You guys rock. Oh, man. We have the Pac-12 over here? What's going on? Pac-12 champions, but carry on. Larry Cox, Florida is the Pac-12 champion. What are you talking about? Like, what? Larry, Florida is the Pac-12 champion. You understand that, right? Larry, don't be in the chat running shit if you ain't gonna call in, big guy. Come on now. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Bro, sorely got here, but we were rallying up. G Woody goes, this chat makes me laugh out loud every night. You guys are so fucking funny. So thank you, chat. G Woody doesn't even care that I'm here. He just enjoys the chat that's coming along with it. I don't think G Woody's even listening. That's awesome. Watch out for Jordan Castle. I love it. Ooh, Chomp for License, by the way, just got my first ticket for the home games. Hey, guys, call in, though. Let's chit-chat. Let's have some fun. Woo. Mr. Nobody says, good show tonight. Thanks, man. Appreciate you hopping on. Kamari Wilson, cold. Yeah, man. Kamari's been doing a good job, man. Glad to see him stepping up. Not going to lie, the shirt rocks. I'm in corporate America. I don't believe it, sorely. I don't believe it one bit. Scooter McGavin. I'm sick of hearing about Kentucky. They were our bitch for 31 years. I agree. I completely agree with you. We got to get that shit back. I hope people kept calling my phone, messing up my chat. I was wondering what happened, 352. That happens. I don't know why that does that. Nick Myers, what's up, baby? Wait, where's Larry at? He's still talking shit? Boys, we need to call. Let's call in, boys. Larry needs to call in. That's all that I know. 224 in the chat. You mean to tell me one person can't click? You know what I was thinking before the show started? I don't know if you guys remember who was here for the guy that called in. He had a crazy ass name, and Buddy was high on something. He was vibing, and he was like he had disability, so game was like his career. Hilarious. It was like a late night stream, and Buddy was just a blast. Haven't seen him in a minute, which is just upsetting. I miss the guy. He was a blast. Cole Embry, good stuff tonight. Let's get some Utah fans on. That's what I'm saying, bro. I was hoping, like, especially Cole. I mean, you called me. It's daytime there. Maybe that's why. You guys are driving home from work still. That could be it. I didn't even think about it. Supreme Kai, new member. Welcome to the family, my man. I love it. I remember that. That's what I'm saying, Chris. That was hilarious, right? G Witty, $25. My man says G Witty is here, but the chat last night was epic. Host doesn't suck either. Okay, thanks, G Witty. Yeah, the chat was on another level last night. I do agree. You the man, G Witty. I love it. Is this Q, like the Q?
What's up, man?
Bro, don't hit me with the avatar Q. I need to see the Gator. I've been dreaming about it. Where's my Gator scarf?
I'm at work right now, man.
You don't keep it on. Don't keep it under your shirt at all times. What's up, big dog? How you been, man?
I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed.
How have you been feeling about the chat and just my takes lately? I know sometimes you and I we butt heads, but are we on the same page this year thus far? Or have I tilted you a little bit? I need to know.
Oh no, we good. We on the same page.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. I'm good. I'm glad to hear. Talk to me, man. How are you feeling? What's going on?
I feel like we're gonna win this game by 10 points. I feel like it's gonna be tight. I feel like their game plan, they will try to stack the box on us and dare Mertz to beat him with his arm, and we're gonna have to see can he do it. Like, can he make the correct reads, and everything. I do feel like that's what they're gonna do.
And I do feel like also, I think, again, even though they don't have the tight ends like they had last year, but I think they will still try to attack us in the middle.
Sure.
I
For
feel
sure.
like they're gonna do post routes. They're gonna do slants in the middle. I think they're gonna, with their tight end or whatever, they're gonna try to attack us in the middle and see, did we upgrade far as our linebacker play.
And that's why I think Shamar James is. I said, look, the question from Shake Money was, who's your defensive MVP? It's going to be the linebacker. It's going to be Shamar James.
Right.
And,
I agree. I said I think the same thing. I think Shamar will be the
difference
guy.
maker.
And on offense, Ricky Pearsall, easy.
Okay, yeah. Sorley said that too.
Easy's going to have like 130 something yards with 2 touchdowns. Easy. That ain't even going to be a problem at all.
So something too, like you can. I mean, I know you'll disagree with you if you think I'm wrong. Ventrell Miller, phenomenal linebacker. Actually, Cody got me his Jaguar jersey just the other day, so I'm pumped about that. Ventrell Miller, phenomenal. He is great at angles and obviously just knocking somebody out. Not the fastest linebacker though. Can we agree?
Right.
I don't think between him and Bernie, we weren't knocking off shoe speeds out there. Okay, nobody was blazing speed, and I think that hurt us with the tight end play that they had. I believe we've upgraded in speed and linebacker position as well too. Now the big question mark will be tackling, right? How will these guys tackle? They're faster, sure, but can they get down those big tight ends? That's going to be the question mark. But I do feel the coverage should improve just simply due to the speed. I think again, Ventrell made his living off of cutting angles and getting to the play quickly. But maybe ball hawking, not so much, just due to simply due to the speed.
It's the difference between track speed and football speed.
Yes, sir.
Speed.
Yes, sir.
So,
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like so look, and sometimes you have a combination of both. You're deadly.
Right.
I think with if Barnes is back there, football speed's going to be helpful, but we need somebody just to get back there and disrupt the play, to get in his head. And I think that's what Shamar James, Scooby, Mitchell, those guys I think will bring.
Right.
Look at us.
I think the game plan. I think we're by 10. Some ways it will be tight. Third quarter will be kind of. It'll be a bad quarter. But fourth quarter, I think we put the nail on. I think we get a stop, and then the transfer running back. I think he seals the deal.
Yeah, dude. The people. So I mean, I'm in my Discord. You reading a few things. The hype behind Camp Carroll is heavy. But he runs like a tank.
Yeah.
And
he kind of reminds me of Pierce a little bit, but just more athletic.
Sure.
More athletic.
Dude, and look, think about it like that, because I mean, Naquan was irrelevant last year. Like, let's call it what it is. Yeah. I think we have a true 3-back set this year.
I think so too.
Which is really exciting. I mean, I would love for Montreal and Etienne to eat it up, pun intended. But you could take some legs off those guys and allow Cam Carroll just to bull rush somebody. Why not be it? You know what I mean?
Right.
You're on the 2-yard line. Give it to the Carroll. Right. We got to figure out a nickname for him. He starts running cats over left and right. But I'm excited, man. I think we're getting. I keep saying it because I want to keep a realistic idea behind it, but we're in the honeymoon stage and it's fun.
Right.
Look, we follow this shit like nobody's business too, and that's where I think people think that we're hallucinating. But look, we watched last year's practice. We were all in. We've seen these things. We've read the notes. I think if anything, the guys that report on the Florida Gators, Billy Napier, the entire staff, they're very transparent. They're not trying to sell us a used car. You know what I mean?
Right.
And if you go
not
back,
trying to sell us a Bugatti, knowing it's a Hyundai.
Exactly. And even last year, like thinking about how Billy was in the interviews last year compared to this year, he was very reserved last year. I think we were hyping him up and he tried to y'all need to pipe the fuck down because shit's a shit show back here. And now this year it feels much more like, he's like, we're pretty confident with how things are going. There are some areas that we need to prove on, but we feel pretty good about it. When before he was playing more of the reserve role. So again, that's all we can do when we're in this predicament.
As far as record for the whole year, I think 8-4.
Where's the 4 losses?
Georgia.
Okay.
Arkansas.
LSU. Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Okay.
LSU. I don't know because we know everybody's counting LSU as a loss, but I don't know, man. Everybody knows Brian Kelly, man. He's a choke artist.
Sure.
He always chokes down the end. So I don't know. I think everybody's hyping them up, but I don't know. But if you want to say LSU, then go ahead. Even though I want them on a silver.
Well, you picked 4 losses. Who else are you gonna pick?
Yeah, I'll say LSU. I would say the other one. How many is that? 3?
Yeah, Georgia, LSU, and Arkansas. Yeah.
In the bowl game, the 4th loss.
Oh, okay. That's reasonable.
I refuse to pick. Yeah, I don't want to pick LSU, but I'm gonna.
Hey, let's do this. Switch with South Carolina. Switch with South Carolina.
I want us to beat them more than I want that team more than any team on the schedule, even Florida State.
It's
sorry.
weird. Yeah, dude. So you and Soda are in the same boat. I've never had the same desire to beat LSU like I'm learning other Gators are. Georgia is a big one. FSU. I can't stand FSU. That's always.
They've been kicking our ass for the past 4 years. How could you not want them on the silver platter?
That's fair. That's fair. I think I don't know, man. I feel like by the time we've gotten to LSU hasn't ruined anything for us, if that makes sense. If they were like taking away something from us each year, like we go into that game and we've got no losses and they beat us, there might be a little more of a sting outside of the shoe throw. Outside of the shoe throw. Outside of
that shoe throw, they ruined our reputation.
Outside of the shoe throw. Outside of the shoe throw. Outside of the shoe throw. I feel like that game kind of the FSU game, at least we can walk away with, okay, we beat FSU. Does that make sense?
Right. Because even the FSU game last year, we could say, well, okay, that was a face mask that they didn't call it. They could have gave us like we had chances, but LSU, I want them on a platter.
No, look,
I don't care if we lose every single game. If we win that game, I'm happy. Oh God!
My bad. So, would you be upset if I wore an LSU Joey Burrow jersey for the FSU game just to piss Holly off, or is that allowed?
Heck yeah!
Okay.
Heck yeah!
I love it. Q-Lee, you're the man. Next time you call in, you better have your damn sweater vest on or whatever the hell that thing is.
Oh,
okay?
Yeah, you already know.
All right, hopefully,
you're going to be live. I'm calling in. I took off work on that Thursday night.
I love it.
I'm going to be ready.
I love it. We're going to do a watch party. You already know it, and hopefully that call-in show is going to be bug flipping nasty.
Going to have my chaser, going to have my Grey Goose, and I'm sitting. Got my grill, and I already bought my steaks. I'm going to be chilling.
College football is something special. Q, you be good, man. I appreciate you calling in, Bubba.
All right, no problem.
Right. Oh, this is incredible. I love it. I absolutely love it. Emery's. Did I say it right?
Close, but yeah. Emery.
I was like, you gonna tell me how to say it? Emery.
Yeah.
Wait a second. We met.
Yeah, at the Orange and Blue game for sure.
Yeah.
Boss. This is the first time I'm calling in.
What's up, dude? I was like, I thought when you said
man?
it, I was like, I recognize that name because I couldn't remember it the first time you told me. You finally called in.
That's very common.
I said you finally called in. You said you were a lurcher. You never called in.
Oh yeah, no. You said no one was in the chat, so I thought, hey, why not? And I saw Sorley smoking a joint. What? So I decided, you know what? I'll go outside. I'll smoke. I'll get on. You know, it'll be a vibe.
We can all come together. I'm glad I'm bringing the family together.
Exactly. I had to.
You're in Gainesville, right? Or you're
yes,
in school
sir.
right now? What year are you?
Yes, sir. What?
What year are you?
Oh no, I'm not in school. I'm a resident.
Okay. Because I thought when we talked, weren't you going to school?
No. I was just with some buds who were at school.
Okay. That's what it was. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, talk to me. Are you going to any games this year?
I'm gonna try, but honestly, I kind of like the TV better because you can just see more.
For sure.
And I like watching the game.
For sure, dude.
To be honest with you, and I'd like to smoke while I'm watching the game.
Respectable.
It makes it more fun.
Yeah. So I was, you know, a lot of people were asking always to go, hey, Sean, come to the game, come to the game. Obviously, I like doing the watch parties, number one.
Yeah.
Number two, I got a kid and wife, and my wife, she's a fanatic. She loves watching just as much as I do. So we enjoy watching it together. And like, guys, like,
Yeah.
it's kind of tough. And then the other part's like, look, as fun as it is in the swamp, I like being able to see and hear and know what the fuck is going on outside of what I can just see. Like, old me 10 years ago, bro, 17, 18-year-olds me, just crackhead me, like, yeah, put me in the middle of that shit. Let's fight.
Sure.
Let's rock. I'm old now,
For
bro.
sure.
Like, I ain't got that gator in me like I once did. But yeah, I hear you on just watching it from home. And then obviously too, like doing the call-in shows after is always a blast too.
For sure.
What's your thoughts on Utah? Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well,
What were you gonna say?
Well, something that I think is being undervalued is just the speed advantage that we're going to have on the outside. So I think that we're so worried about the run, but I think the extension of the run through the short pass game and sweeps is going to be a huge part that I don't think Utah is going to have the speed to contend with. And so I don't think that even they're valuing.
That's a good point, man. I mean, I don't know if you saw the show when we had Goodell on, where they were showing the wide receivers come out the backfield. Did you see those clips? Again,
I saw them.
Yeah, just simple bubble routes, right? Just getting the ball to the guys with speed on the outside and just letting them do work. You're 100% right. Utah, for a fact, does not have the speed, and I don't believe we didn't have the speed last year to outmatch them. We didn't. And except Ricky. Right, except Rick. I think Ricky had it, and even Sorley was mentioning it because he's watching the game now, high, drunk, and all the above. That they're missing the slam passes to Ricky, which is a lot. Just get him the ball and let him do the rest of the work. Just get the guy, get the ball to the guy that has the speed, and they'll figure out the play.
Well, even Ricky, I feel like he's more wiggle than he is speed.
That twitch muscle.
Yeah, like he's slippery. He finds a way to get open. He's not the fastest. He's not the biggest, but like he finds his way open. But with Trey Wilson coming in and Mizell, and I think honestly with Cam Carroll, knowing that he's one of his huge assets is the pass game, I think that's going to be a huge part.
It's crazy to think. I mean, how great the running back room was last year, and just talking with Q about it. I think it was Q. Yeah, the running back room is better. There's no way around it. It's 100% better. There's even behind Trey on it. I think his last name was Black from the spring game, if I remember. The guy that it wasn't Cam that made the hurdle. Remember the running back that jumped over that made the hurdle? I don't think it was Cam. I think it was the 4th or 5th string running back.
Oh, wow.
It was a JUCO transfer, maybe. Again, we're getting deep here. I'm just saying the room is thick. Let's in the wide receiver room we had last year was obviously Xavier, who left for a reason, not because I think it was he saw the competition. Jaquavion Frazier, but he didn't start. It was Ricky, Zay, Dante, who were Xander's played. Zipper's out. Zipper's out. Who was the third wide receiver? Who am I missing?
Am I wrong to think it was Shorter?
It was Justin Shorter. You are correct.
Yeah.
You are correct. And so he is gone. And then the other kid went to Pitt, right?
Yeah.
Reynolds left, and there's one. Oh, maybe I'm thinking about defense. Anyways, most of them left, and nobody was. Yeah, it was Reynolds. None of them were kind of elite in speed, anyways. That what we've got now. I think Boardingham's going to be a threat. I think Odom's going to be much better with his, another season under his belt. I call them the pacifiers for the quarterbacks. Obviously, Ricky's going to do some great things, and you get Andy Jean, Trey, and Mizell. That's a position I feel that look like. Yes, they're freshmen. They're fresh, obviously, but just get them the ball. They have the speed to just go north and south. That's all I need you to do. Maybe route running isn't there. Maybe catching the ball isn't 100%. I'll give you a little bubble screen, catch it, take off, and go. You know how to do that. Anybody can do that. You've been doing that your whole life.
Just hold on to the ball.
That's true. Hey, hang on to that. That's a good point.
Come on,
That's a good point. Utah's talking a lot of trash. What's your thoughts on that, man?
That's football.
Okay. I love it.
You know,
it's part of it. I just it's wild.
Well, today I watched, I think it was the Utah Fan podcast.
Okay.
And I think that just the air of nonchalantness to the game is what's like the most angering about the shit talk. Is that like they're not worried at all.
Sure. Yeah, they're just kind of very arrogant about it.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, like you are the Pac-12 champions. I get it.
No, Florida was.
Excuse me, sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. It happens.
I just think they need to be a little bit more worried.
I think they're.
And I know that they're used to winning at home.
It's not that you're. It's not like it's Georgia, right? Like I get Georgia acting the way they do. Like look, when Georgia comes and calls in, like, bro, I got nothing for you. Like you're back to back. Like leave me the fuck alone. You know what I mean? FSU, I'll give you a little bit of a nod. You beat us, and you're coming back with a hell of a squad. I get where that's coming from, but Utah, your quarterbacks is on the men's. You lost to us last year with. You can't say our quarterback play sucked and then say he's a superstar. You got to pick one or the other. You can't have both.
Well, you know, two things can be true at once. You know, and like that's
true.
It's like, yeah, he was inconsistent, but he was also probably the most electric player beside Caleb Williams in football last year.
At times,
yes, but still. Like, even on his down days, he would have 30-yard runs just out of pocket.
Bro, he's a freak. I don't know if you heard. I don't know if you were watching earlier, but Cody came on. He went 11 for 11 in practice today with the joint practice against the Bears.
I wonder if it really is a confidence thing. Like, them declaring him the starter, like, this early on, which is wild, in my opinion, personally. Maybe that has something to do with it, because clearly his confidence was shaken after Georgia, his first ever start. And then
it got routed at Kentucky.
Exactly. Especially when he got injured. Because, you know, we saw him limping.
Yep.
And then you see the millions of dollars flashing before your eyes. Gotta be weird.
Look, I think that's going to be gone away. I think the start is a ticket play. If you come out and say Gardner Minshew's your starter, you're not selling tickets.
That's true.
And with Jonathan Taylor out, the Colts aren't going out here and knocking anybody's socks off. Get the guy in the football field. Let's sell some damn tickets and let's go play some football and figure this damn thing out. The division's going to be ran by the Jacksonville Jaguars. They know that. I don't need you. It's just a fact, right? Like, so like it's a business decision. Let's put him out there, get him some reps, and we'll figure it out next year. Let's go get a first round draft pick and we'll trade off Jonathan Taylor and move on. That's how I think the conversation. This isn't to take anything away from Anthony. I think Anthony's doing a phenomenal job. He's earning his right to be the starter as well. But like you said, why so early? Lock it in.
I mean, yeah, and they paid a lot of money for him, so it's like one way or another, he was going to be the starter.
But I hope he crushes it. I'm excited to see him play. I'm really excited to see him play. As long as he doesn't do well against the Jaguars, I'm all in.
You know, I think they'll be okay with a few Jameis Winston seasons if he can, you know, bring down the interceptions over time. If he can be that electric, have that type of season, they're going to take that, even if he's throwing interception after interception.
For sure. Well, give me the season prediction, and then we'll let you go.
I'm what you would say a Disney Gator, and you know, we've got a chance in every one. So you know, realistically, probably 9-3 with the 2 losses to Georgia and LSU, and I feel like if we're gonna lose one other one, I hate to say it, probably FSU. And I also think Arkansas is a trap game. So like,
they're going to be good. They're going to be good. It's going to be a tough game. I love it though. Like you said, you go in each game hoping for a win, man. But I appreciate you calling in, man, keeping us flowing. But I appreciate you, big dog. And again, good seeing you again, man. Hopefully we'll see you at one of the games this year, Bubba. Be good. Go Gators.
Yeah. You have a good one. Go Gators.
All right, we got boys. Pimpin' Patty's here. I can't believe it. This is incredible. I gotta go to Christopher first, and then we'll get to Pimpin' Patty. He called. He's here, boys. We found him. Christopher, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up? How you doing, man?
Good, man. Talk to me, man. How we feeling?
Not too bad. I just wanted to comment on or caveat off of what dude said a couple of guys back.
Sure.
I think the LSU win is super important because as a Gator fan that lives in Baton Rouge,
okay,
like going to those games, it seems like the two games that sell it the most are Florida and Alabama. So just hearing them talk shit about obviously us landing Wardroll and then Cam Carroll.
Sure, Wardle Mac. Here's him up.
Yeah. Mac. Just landing those two guys obviously sparked a fire. So
yeah, dude, it's fun. Again, like I guess for me, everyone has their own opinion of who they want to be, and I think for me too, you're around the LSU fans. I'm around more FSU fans, obviously with Steve. I'm around a ton of Georgia fans. They're not though. The Georgia fans I'm surrounded by aren't that bad. The FSU fans I can't stand. So that's part of where my hatred comes from. I've never really met an annoying LSU fan, if that makes sense. But you live right in the middle of it, so that makes sense.
Yeah, man, that's all I wanted to really say. But for me, that win is so important, especially talking about the shoe throw. I mean, their band every year has shoes to toss around whenever they're going for halftime and all that stuff. So
I get it. Look, maybe you guys are making me have more blood. Look, come that game, I'll be fired up. So I'll get better at it. I love though that where the Gator Nation's coming at me for not being more hatred towards it. I'll work on it. I promise. Look, I hate every team that's going against us. I guess I just had my vision's been on other people, but I'm starting to see where you're coming from. I didn't know they were throwing shoes around. All right, it's crossing the line.
Yeah, and then obviously their band playing in the middle of the fourth quarter tradition, especially whenever Tom Petty.
Yes, you're right. You're right. I do remember that. You're right.
So, man, I just have a long list of reasons why I hate LSU so much. But real quick, I'm just give a quick prediction. I mean, I think realistically we go 8-4. Losses being Georgia, LSU, because I've seen
hold on. You can't no. You can't come on the show and start your energy by saying we have to beat LSU and then picking us to lose them. You can't do that. So repick, start over.
Listen, man, here's my reasoning. I've seen great teams like Alabama come into Death Valley, and it's so hard to win in Death Valley, man.
I know that, but you can't walk in there thinking you're going to lose.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so I'll give it to LSU. Okay, so we're at 9-3. We're at 9-3. I say Arkansas has slept on a lot, especially this year.
Thank you. Agreed.
Looking at stats from last year, just looking at paper, because I didn't really have a chance to look at their games. Phenomenal QB. I think he looks good on paper. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't seen the gameplay, but his stats look phenomenal. So I think that's going to be a hard game to win. So it could be Arkansas, Georgia, and then I hate to say it, but maybe FSU.
Okay, and look, I don't think you're crazy for that. That's going to be a tough game. They've got a hell of a football team. We talked about it last night. They're stacked. They're like you can. I'm going to get a little shit here, but they're like to what Tennessee was last year, what LSU was with the Burrow. They are built to get it done. Now, will they? I'm not saying that they are that team, right? Like production wise, but on paper, they have the ability to be that those teams. I believe.
Yeah, I mean, do they have KJ Jefferson at the helm? No, but that's where I think that Arkansas is better than FSU, but I still think that we'll struggle with FSU. But like you said, I think a lot of people are sleeping on KJ Jefferson.
I couldn't agree more. I feel like last year, I don't know what happened. They just kind of fell off. I felt like they were a really good football team. They should have beat LSU when they lost like 9-6, but Harold Perkins was an absolute disruption in that game. Yeah, I feel like they should have won more games than they did last year, for sure.
Yeah. All right, man. I got to get back to work. I've been watching your I've been watching your show for about a week, so I'm relatively new, but I'm loving your show, man. I watch you before anybody else. So
good shit, man. Well, I appreciate you for hopping on and becoming part of the family, man. And thank you for calling in as well.
Appreciate you, man.
No worries. What the fuck, Pimpin' Patty? I just lost him. What the fuck? Bro, don't do this to me, Patty. Don't do this. I asked for him to call in, and now he's gone. Okay, there he is. You scared me, bro. Don't you ever do that ever again. Fix your damn internet. Don't you do that to me ever again. I can't even hear you. What are you doing? I can't hear a word you're saying, Pimpin. What? Patty, lock it in, bro. Okay. You look good, man. Beard's looking full. This is incredible. I love this.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there he is. There's the voice of an angel.
This is terrible. Now you're not even in my headset. So I think last time I didn't have the Yeti working when I came in. I'm pure professionalism here, Sheldon.
The beard's still looking thick, man.
That's why I don't have a home. Oh, camera's over here.
Where have you been, man? Did you hear my back call asking for you?
No, I didn't hear the back call, but
This is just on a whim. You just decided to call in because literally 20 minutes ago, I was like, guys, remember that guy that called in? I couldn't remember your name. And everyone was like, yeah, he was a who. And I was like, man, I wish he would call in. And then you called in. So you didn't even see that. You just called in on a whim.
I just called it, dude. I keep meaning to call, but then I keep forgetting to call. It's just
can't beat it.
It's
how you been?
Life, man. Oh, I've been great, bro. I just got back from the UK.
Okay.
Interesting fact about the UK that they don't believe you need public restrooms. So I paid in a lot of places that I hadn't paid before. There ain't but like 2 bushes that I didn't help out in some way.
You just pee wherever you want. They didn't care.
Oh, they cared, but I run kind of quick, man.
What were you doing?
Chris Rainey on, you know what I'm saying?
What were you doing in the UK? Business?
That's what my girl is.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a stupid choice in life. Don't go date someone on another island. It's tricky. But she's my baby.
She your baby. She got an accent?
Oh, doggy. She got one. It gets me in trouble. I run around with her in this small town. I live in Ocoee, Florida. Around like, look at my British person. What you got? Oh, a Maserati. I got a British person. I got a real import, an imported person, man. Like, get on my level.
Can you do it? Can you do me a British accent?
Tattoo.
Tattoo.
Tattoo. You just take out the T's and whatever you're saying, bro. It works.
Oh my god, I love it. I love it. Brian says he said 2 bushes and his girl is there. I love it. I love it. Well, Patty, tell me what's your thoughts, man, on some Gator football, big guy. Tell me.
Dude, I'm ready. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen. I love y'all guys' predictions because y'all brave. Like, I ain't got no clue what's gonna happen. I'm hoping for the best.
Have you been
good though.
Have you been watching the show at least?
Most of it, some of the time. I don't always remember the whole thing because your boy be, well, you know.
You zooming?
Life's like a box of chocolates if they have a bunch of THC in them. I didn't even ever. That one guy you just had the show, dude. I was not feeling confident to call him. Like, man, I'm leaning like a 3-legged lion. That guy called in. I was like, dude, I didn't even know Mr. Miyagi was still alive. He's like, I just think he's thinking hardcore. Oh, much love to you, brother. I'm not. Sometimes people think I'm being mean. I'm not trying to be mean. I just point out certain observations. I mean,
I'm so glad you called in, dude. I missed the hell out of you. You always call it at the right time. You know what I mean? Like we're at the end of the show. We're kind of like we're weaning off a little bit. And then you just kind of spice us back up. You know, kind of reel us back in.
People have always said if timing wasn't, I nailed it, bro. You should just see like some of the places I've rolled up on the accident in life. Like, oh no. One time I thought it was funny. I fought a police officer, and a trophy shop was getting robbed. And I drove up to the trophy shop on accident. But who robs a damn trophy shop? I didn't know what was going on. But maybe on the news that day.
What are you drinking right now?
Dude, these are pretty good. Cigar City, that way. Oh, my iPad, it's like firing up the whole.
Yeah, you're fine. Is it like IPA?
Could be. No. India is it? No, India
Yeah.
Pale IPA.
Yeah, it's an IPA.
This one right here, bro. It's 9%, dude. But like,
hold on. How many are you down right now, Patty?
counting is against the rules, Sheldon. Okay? That leads to depression.
I can't.
What are you trying to do me, bro? My dad watches your show sometimes. I've had one this year. So from that, I just been worshiping the good Lord.
I respect your dad watches the show. You a big fan?
He was a big fan, then he cursed, and
Oh, I lost him.
He still watches, but he pretends he doesn't. I see it on the PC.
Tell him I'm sorry. What's Pop's name? Look, I've been told that sometimes people don't appreciate the cussing, but sometimes it flows out. You know what I'm saying, Patty? Tell him I apologize.
Oh, I know. It flowed out and floated in my head from my father. My dad's a real flower too. Like if you don't like, he just flows in your. He don't beat me often. I'm just kidding, Daddy. Sorry, Daddy. I'm definitely not saying his name. I get a lot more trouble for doing that.
Oh my goodness! Tell Pops I set up my B. All right, tell him that we'll work on it.
But I missed you, buddy.
I missed you, Patty.
Because you wild too. I mean, you're not as wild as me, but
no,
you're still wild.
I love how Pops gets upset with me with cussing when he's got pimping Patty as his son. How do I cross the line?
I crossed it too, brother. Unfortunately, when I start creating content, he see my dude. But my dad won't even buy any of my merchandise because it has pimping on it.
Wait, you have merchandise? I need a shirt. I'm gonna
have to refix it. I got. Dude, you know the world we're in. You can buy my merchandise, I just don't get no money for it.
No, I want to buy it. I want to buy it. I want a shirt.
That's what I'm saying. They're selling it, but they conveniently, I can't log in my account, and they're like, "What's your email?" I give them my email. Like, okay, you can log in now, and this has been going on for like 2 years.
So should I not buy the shirt? I don't know.
No, but you can see that my stuff does look good. Hold on, I ain't got it all the way fired up right now, but. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, so last time I think you were too effed up to tell me what your streaming services was so we could follow you. Can you tell me what it is now so I can follow?
I mean, if you guys want to follow me on Twitch, it's Pimpin_Patty. I got locked out of the original Pimpin' Patty. Like,
look, there you go. Look, everyone said that so Pimpin_Patty. What games do you play?
I've been dabbling with Fortnite. I used to be a crazy good shoutcaster for PUBG Mobile, bro. And I got tired of casting. I got tired of not getting paid. You know what I'm saying? It's really boring watching other people play games. I have no idea why people watch streamers. Someone just told me you could get paid and get people to watch you play a game. But, dude, when we were kids, how much did you hate when you had to share the remote? You know what I'm saying? Like, watching someone play a game, like, I hate that. Like, I want to play the game. So, I mean, I had some great commentary. But, dude, I'm just in between creating. I'm not really creating much content. Right? Well, I haven't even played a game in 2 months because I've been in the UK and then over
here for 2 months.
1 month in the UK, and I brought her here for a month.
Okay.
Boy, you never seen nothing as funny in your life as like, dude. I thought they were messing with me, bro. In the UK, it's like 79 degrees. They're like, oh my god, it's so hot. And I thought it was a joke. I'm like, ha ha ha. And then like 3 more people said it. I was like, are you kidding me, bro? Like, you think this is hot? Like, you don't even know hot. You should be ashamed of yourself. You think you deserve an air conditioner. Dude, if you had an air conditioner, I'd come break it. That's what I would do. Like, your air conditioner. They thought that it was so hot, it was breaking their solar panels. It's 79 degrees, bro. It's lukewarm. Like my girl, we come out of the airport at Orlando International. MCO, because that makes sense. Orlando International.
Orlando, yeah.
MCO for sure. Yeah. I know that guy who did that. Like he also snorts glue. Like, but the acronym, like it's slightly off if I'm not mistaken. But dude, she walked out and he hit her dude at like 7:00 in the evening. Dude, she want to go back in the airport, and then I've been with her for a long time. So her son, I'm the only father he's ever named. Daddy, it's so hot. Hot.
Hold on. So Pimpin' Patty is when you're not Pimpin' Patty, you're a dad.
2.
Father of 2. I
wish I was on the PC. I would show you. I'm a great dad. Believe it.
I believe that you're probably the greatest dad.
They have no idea of anything like this.
I would love to have. I mean, I'm sure your tents and your forts and your late nights and movie nights are probably some of the best. I could only imagine. I just wasn't expecting having Pimpin' Patty as a father of 2 was not. I'm being a bingo card for tonight. That's all that I'm saying.
Yeah, no, that's wild, bro. I'm retired well, I can't fully retire because I'm still me, but I'm not. I'm more like I don't know how to put it. Like I'm wild, but I'm not actively being wild.
Real quick, hold on, Patty. We got a $100 super chat from Amazing 3DG. He says, "This is my front row seat for this show."
I need 10 of that, like, bro. Life be hurting me over here, like. I need that good internet. I'm trying to shoot for that hotspot, bro.
Hey, they're asking where you go live. He goes live on Pimpin_Patty on Twitch. When do you go? Do you have like a schedule or just whenever you want?
Bro, it's really not made me a lot of money lately, so whenever I want. But I will go live, and we can play together if you want to play some games, bro. And then, I mean,
we have to.
Dude, oh, dude, it's a blast. Run with me, dude. I got more crate. Well, I'm not sure what gets you canceling stuff anymore. I'm losing track.
It's tough. Yeah,
it's tough.
It's tough.
People be mad at me. I'm like, I wasn't even trying to offend nobody. I love the gay people. You know what I mean? I think they're tough as hell. Like,
don't get me in trouble, Patty. Don't get me in trouble with this.
I'm just kidding.
Jeez, with knees. Hey, so Patty, I've got William Fisher waiting. Do you mind if I bring him on a chit chat? And then are you cool waiting, or you got somewhere to be?
No, I ain't got nowhere to be. I ain't that kind of person. Maybe I can try to fix the computer. Just
do that.
Call me in the channel. I'll be watching the show.
Okay, fair enough.
And just let me know, and then I'll. This is really crappy quality. I have this.
Yeah, go step your shit up. Go turn the fan on. Everyone's worried about you sweating so much.
Boy, I'm sweating like a horn trick right now, boy. Oh, I don't even have my mouse out right now. We're gonna have to play with the iPad some more. I can't figure out what the microphone ain't working. Me trying to figure out what microphone working on the iPad. I ain't got the PC. Like I said, I ain't messed with it in a couple months.
All right, you fix it. And I'll get you back on in just a minute. Deal?
All right, bro.
All right, buddy.
I want to see this chat later about it.
Yeah, bro. The greatest thing ever. He's an absolute treasure. There's something going on right there.
How do you follow that?
Your move, big guy.
That's unbelievable. Between Sorley, him, and the other guy, I'm like, do all your people smoke? I'm like all of them. Like anyway.
I don't know. I don't know what we even do from there.
I forgot why I got online. After listening to that, I just forgot. I mean, the main thing I called back was just basic about these Utah fans. Basically, my whole thing is this team that we have this year is way better than what we had last year, and we still beat them last year.
For sure.
You know, and I mean, last year we go into the game, we had AR already only had one start prior. You know, as far as the QB position, we have a quarterback that's had 32 starts under his belt now. You know, so he's got experience. He played he played the Pac-10, right? I think that's where Wisconsin is. So he's played in Michigan. He's played at OSU. He's played at all these like big Penn State, all these well-known schools. He played on the road at these places.
Sure.
I don't think he's gonna be phased by 50,000 people in Utah.
That's a good point.
As,
I think we're forgetting it's like not just 30 starts, but again, like where he played and who he went up against. Again, whether he won or lost, still big time games.
Yeah, big time games. And then we have our defense is going to be better. I don't know how much better it's going to be, but it's going to be better. Just in the fact that we have more depth, we have more experience. We have 2 interior defensive linemen that we picked up in the transfer portal that have game experience. Like Napier was saying, I think he said we have 10,000 snaps between the people that we brought in. That is a lot of experience coming in, and the majority of the experience is on the defense. No one's talking about Nunnery. Like,
yeah,
this
that's
dude
true.
He's an athlete, man. He's gonna be able to cover that tight end, and the tight end Keefe, he might not even be playing.
Yeah, it's in question, right? And look, that was their security blankets last year. They have a great running back as well, a great run game, but something that's being overlooked too, like you said, not only the depth with the defense, but and the snaps with them as well. But I lost my train of thought about the defense. Completely dropped the ball there. My bad. But yeah, I think the speed is going to be faster on the defense as well, but the play calling, I expect it to be much more aggressive than it was last year. And
we might not blitz as much as everybody's thinking. We're going to blitz more than we did last year, but it's all scheme based. It's like I forget the terminology, but it's like faking. They don't know where the blitz is coming from or where the pressure is going to be coming from. And we have so much better athletes on the defense and our linebackers. We're going to be blitzing linebackers a lot more than we did last year. They're way faster. Shamar, Scooby, Nunnery. They're going to be bringing Jackson off the side. We got Jordan Castell. We got we still have Kimber and we have Marshall in the backfield. We have Kamar Wilson. We have Devin Moore. I mean, the caliber of our defense this year, while we are young, most of those players, Kamari Wilson played last year, Devin Moore played last year. Some of these younger players play. Nunnery is a transfer. There was another not Mitchell, the other linebacker that transferred in too. I forget his name. Not
Nunnery, Mitchell.
He's a linebacker. He was a linebacker. Either was the Mitchell the transfer. We had a Mitchell already.
Yeah, Tata Mitchell was from Michigan.
Yeah.
And RJ Moten as well from Michigan.
Yeah. So we have so much more depth than we did last year.
The biggest thing too is that I remember my thought where I was headed is everyone's bought in this time. And again, that's something that I think people are overlooking and how much that plays a factor into believing in the system. The guys that transferred in and want to be here. I don't know if you saw the mic'd up video of Cam Jackson, but it was absolutely incredible. Just the love and the energy that we see from him and that's contagious. What he's bringing, what Armstrong's bringing, the leadership that Princely brings to the table. The fact, I don't know if you saw also too on Twitter, they hung up Boone's jersey up in the edge rusher room as kind of like we're doing this for him. Like it's a brotherhood. We're going to fucking war. And there's something special about that. And we talked about it in the show, the very first press conference Billy had after SEC Media Day, where he talked about them sitting together, sitting with somebody new at lunch, sleeping with somebody new each week, having a different roommate. It reminded me, remember the Titans, right? We're going to bring everybody together. That's honestly the same thing. Like how do we create a brotherhood in a summer? This is how you do it. You're going to be with somebody that you don't know. Now, obviously, remember the Titans had a different purpose, but the outcome is the same. Is we're going out there as brothers to fight, right? Strong side.
Well, that was the problem. That was what was wrong last year's team because he came in and there was a lot of people that were still kind of bought into the Mullen regime, and 100%. If we look back to last year's team, the best players on the team last year were Billy players, and there was
100%. Without a doubt.
6 to 8 of them, maybe 6 of them that really, maybe only like 5 of them really made an impact, right? There's 53 people on our
All Billy.
roster this year, all Billy.
Yep.
All
100%.
bought in, all whatever. And then I looked at last year's game against Utah. I had so many questions. I really didn't think we were going to win that game. Like, of course, as a Disney Gator and whatever you call it, of course I'm going to say, yeah, we're going to win. We're going to win that game. But I had some doubts, and I think I'm way more confident this year going into this game that we're going to win than I was last year. And I'm not saying it's overconfidence. It's just like I don't care who plays at quarterback. I honestly don't. I don't care because I don't think that we just got to stop the run the ball, and stop the run. If we can move the ball, set up play action, we're going to move the ball down the field. We have speed. People keep forgetting about Frazier's. I mean, he was a good receiver last year until he got hurt in the Texas A&M game. He's back. Yeah, and then you got Burke and you got Douglas. They've been balling out during scrimmage and practice.
Burke.
So and then you have the young guys that I think they're going to be more affected in the special teams play. In return games and stuff like that. I think that Andy G might get back there for a few punts. In the orange and blue game, I think he returned a punt or a kickoff, and he had some wiggle in him, like scatting around, and people having a hard time putting their hands on him. He's a big dude too. So I mean, he's a man already. He's an 18-year-old man.
I love too just the energy where Florida, Gator Nation's at. I think the tides are turning in belief of Billy, which there's a few of us that have been there since day one. And I think what he's done on the recruiting trail has bought him some more time. And look, I mean, regardless of what happens, Sorley came on and said, like, look, we can't flip the switch because we've been building up to this. You can't lose it all in one day. So whatever happens with this game, it can't be fully selling on it. It can't be fully backing in on it either. But I agree with you on being more confident going into this game. Look, I was excited, but I was definitely more of a question mark going into last game. The thing that I was confident in going into game last year was the fact that it was in the swamp, and because of the humidity and just the energy that rolling into the swamp, what it would entail. This year, we don't have any of those things, but I feel more confident than I do in the team that's going to be on the field than what was being on the placements the field last year.
I think our team is way better this year. I mean, I'm just looking at, I really believe the spring game, that was defense, and I think because our defense has been so bad the last 3 years, I really think that Armstrong was trying to come out there and say, hey, our defense is going to be better this year. I was listening to the interviews by Mertz and Pyburn and all these things, the recent interviews after the scrimmage or whatever, or the last practice this week. I was listening to Pyburn, and he was talking about, putting up the jersey and putting up the little thing up on the wall and everyone buying in, like you said. And then I was also listening to Mertz. I listened to Shane Matthews about what Shane Matthews said about Mertz, right? About how smart he was and all stuff. And then I listened to his interview, and I was like, okay, that's what Shane's talking about. The way he described the playbook and the comparison against Wisconsin and the way he said all the different things. If you haven't seen the interview, you need to go back and listen to it. It's just like he's smart. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He's going to learn. He has experience, so he knows when he's going to have to check down. He knows, and he's going to be able to hit the check down. That's something that AR couldn't do last year. And we have the ETN. So I think that the check down is going to replace the scramble. The scramble ability, and I think that Mertz has the experience to do that. So I just listened to the overall interviews from Sapp and Pyburn, and they had Cam Carroll on there and ETN, and just the maturity of these young guys,
huge,
and the way they bought in, you could tell they totally 100% bought in to what Billy's doing and everything. So that is one of the biggest differences that I see between the team from last year and the team this year. And
for sure. What's your prediction for the season and for the game one? Score for game one and prediction for the season.
I think game one is going to be a blowout. This is my opinion. I I think we're gonna. It's gonna be like 34. Oh, not really a blowout. 34-17, something like that. 34-20 maybe. Um,
Okay.
I just see that. I think we're going to have a kickoff return or a punt return for a touchdown. Then we're going to have a special teams. Then we're going to have a defensive, maybe a pick six or something like that. If their third stringer plays, like if their backup quarterbacks are playing, I think we're going to get a lot of pressure on them this year that we didn't get on. I don't think they're going to. I don't think these quarterbacks are going to be able to scramble and get away from our linebackers and our end rushers like they did last year. I just don't see that happening this year. We have so much more speed on our defense this year than we did last year. I mean, shoot, Trey Dean and whatever
Bernie.
his name was, not just Ventrell and Bernie. They were great. They were decent players and stuff like that, but they just were slow for linebackers. And then Trey Dean and who was the other safety back there that he transferred out or he went to the
Donovan
NFL.
Mitchell. Is Donovan Mitchell?
No, that's not Don. It was I forget his name.
I know who you're talking about though. I met him at
they both like in the combine, they both went like 4.9 or something. They were like super slow. I mean, like you can't have safeties in the backfield that are that slow, And I know that Trey Dean had a hurt hip or something like that. Yeah, had a hurt hip or something like that. And I know Trey Dean's balling out apparently for I think he plays for Buffalo now. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he's on Buffalo.
Yeah, look, nothing but love for him. But yeah, I think we definitely need.
I think overall, I think all around our team's just going to be. I think we're more talented, we're faster, we're just young,
and they're bought in. What are you going into games this year?
I'm going to try to get down for the FSU game or the Arkansas game.
Okay, good shit. I'm gonna
try to get that.
Definitely going to go to the FSU game. So if you're there. We'll definitely have to do something to link up. But William, I appreciate you always calling in, man.
10-2 though. I think
you're always at work.
We're going to,
you're always at work. You ever at home?
Monday through Thursday night.
Oh, okay. All right, fair enough.
So like you're always like live streaming Monday through Thursday night. Like I'm at home on Sundays, but you never do call-ins on Sundays. So, but I watch you on Sundays. I do the NFL shows on Sundays. I'll watch you.
Cool.
I'm there.
Well, say hey in the chat on Sunday.
I'm a huge Jag fan. So,
good
shit. Anyway, yeah. So 10-2. I think we're gonna have, and then the worst I think will be 9-3, and that will be. I don't see us losing to Arkansas at home. I don't see us losing to Tennessee at home. I don't see us losing to FSU at home. I don't think that we're going to lose those home games. I can see us maybe losing to South Carolina on the road because that's going to be a revenge games for them. Trying to get back at us for what we did to them last year. It just depends on, their first 3 or 4 games. They're running a gauntlet that first 3 or 4 games. So if they come into that game with 2 losses already, they played Georgia before us. I think they played Tennessee before. I can't remember if they played Tennessee, but I know they played a couple of difficult games before.
Yeah, they got a gauntlet for sure. Yeah,
they come in with a couple losses. They're not going to want to lose that game. And if it's a night game, that's going to be. I hope it's a day game. To be honest with you, I'd rather the day game there than a night game. I mean, I don't know if you've been to.
I have not, but I've seen they're
something Bryce Stadium.
Yeah,
they do that Enter Sandman or something like that. I don't know.
They got the fireworks and the lights.
Yeah, they get pretty hot there at night. Yeah,
they get it rowdy.
And then, but anyway, so I see 10-2. I think we'll go to a decent bowl game no matter what. And I'm with Shane. And as we get closer and closer, and more information comes out, the more I see us doing
chomping at the bit.
Little better. Yeah. I'm excited about the game, but I just see us I just see things coming together.
For sure.
That's all. All right, I'll let you get back to pimping, Patty.
Yeah. Love you, man. Appreciate you as always, man.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Go Gators, big guy.
All right, see you later. All right, bye.
Friction Hitch says Utah will win this game. Well, Friction, if you got all that big dog energy, what's up with it? You're back.
I'm back. Like herpes, baby.
I can't.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. You feel?
I said, Daddy. I don't care what you think. I'm sorry, Dad.
I thought you were gonna fire up the computer. No, we're not good enough for that.
I got halfway through it. Every driver.
That's fine. You're good. I'm just busting your shit. You see this Utah fan talking shit? Look at this guy.
I ain't even seen a Utah fan talk smack before. Dude, I was so embarrassed. I was watching like a Utah podcast, like Florida really good. I guess our student section was like bombing their pictures with it, like flicking them off and stuff. They're so nice people. They're such nice people. I was like, Lord help me, like I'm glad I got one that talks smack because I felt terrible about it. It's like Jimmy the Crickets. Like
the chat's getting this guy right now. He says, I don't know how to jump on a damn stream. Well, the link's in the description. Damn, hitch. Click on it and let's ride, big guy. Pim and Patty will take
that's
it.
A terrible. That's a it says more, right? So you watch the video right underneath it. It says more. It's a hint. If you want to do more things, click the more button. And there's only one thing and more, just one. I don't mean in more. It says, do you want to use other internet services? In more, it doesn't say, do you want to leave a comment? In more, it doesn't say, do you want to leave a like? It says, StreamYard. Join. Bruh, it's the smartest man I got.
Pimp and Patty got here. he made it here.
And just for 1 second, real quick, while everybody thinks I'm this or that and out of my mind, it's a bit, guys. Calm down.
Hey, I have your Twitch pulled up. Am I able to pull up like old stuff?
Yeah.
All right, let's do that. Hold on.
I'll give you some live commentary on where Hey, this is cool, man. I appreciate you for this.
No, you're the man. Hold on. Pimp and Patty? I only see one video here. For PUBG.
Huh? Pimpin' underscore Patty.
This is you. This is you.
There's troll accounts that like Pimp Patty's gay or Pimp Patty. There's some bad ones, but I'm a real fan.
This is you, right?
Yeah. Oh hell, dude! If we're gonna do this, look up Pimp and Patty on YouTube, man.
Okay.
And then tell me what videos you see, bro, because we can. This is. If we're gonna do this would be fun because this is not still wild as hell. Like this is not a reformed Patty at all. Like,
wait, you're not coming up? I thought Pimpin' underscore Patty.
No, just Pimp and Patty. The only reason Twitch is Pimpin' underscore Patty is I locked out of my own Twitch.
Yeah, there's only I don't see anything for you. Is it one word?
Yeah.
There's a lot of. Oh wait. Oh, I see you. This has got to be you. Wait.
Yo, this is so cool, bro.
Wait, this isn't. Is this you? This isn't you. Hold on.
I don't want to like completely bust you, but it's the Pimp and Patty that's on your YouTube channel right now. So I mean, you should be able to click my name, dog.
Is this you?
No, what? Why do people do that to me, dude? Who is that serial killer?
I can't find you.
Click on my name in your chat, bro.
Oh, good point. I don't know if I can't do that.
You mean you can't do that? Your thumb stuck? Oh.
Hold on. All right, you're right. Hold on.
No. Take out the I in pimpin'. PIMPN.
Say it again.
PIMPN. Patty. PATTY.
Okay.
There she be.
What am I clicking on? Which one am I clicking on?
Go on the far right one.
This one?
Yeah, I can't remember what they are, but
what
it
up,
looks decent.
It's your boy, Pimp and Patty, YouTube's first one-handed professional gamer.
I got
Coming at you, my married band of misfits.
Say that again?
So, if you rewind it, I'll call myself the first one-handed unprofessional gamer because I got nerve damage. See, she's a live limb, bro.
I didn't see it. Hold on, I didn't see it. Go back. Okay.
Nerve damage from birth. It's real hoot.
Okay. All right, ready?
What up, Pub Nation? It's your boy, Pimp and Patty, YouTube's first one-handed unprofessional gamer. Coming at you, my married band of misfits. Showing you how my community is better than your brand. Come to you guys today to humbly request some help get my streams back up. We were doing pretty good on leaderboards there for a while and had some technical difficulties last couple of weeks. Need my biggest supporters back behind me. And I'm still tearing things up like I always have been. Check this out. Just to set the mood, this is your boy versus squads. No help needed.
Fellow squad, it, bro.
Watch. Drop this one. I could hear that wasn't the one I was after. Boom. Drop this one. That was the one. That was the one. That was the one. We got 2 kills down here. Now lag out right here. Ain't that some crap?
Lagging, really? Lagging.
Come in here. Hear the other dude. I try to beat him to this door, but we end up smacking the door. Ooh. Spin around, peg away that shotgun, son. Ooh. That's 3.
Got another one?
Is this a squad wipeout, bro?
I just played one hand, bro.
Is this a squad wipeout?
This is one hand?
That's why you
I don't know if they were up in the same squad, but I did just wipe out 4 dudes, and you know what I mean? That's pretty tight, right?
Hearing 2 pimpin' patties right now is freaking me out.
Me too, bro. The world ain't ready for one of us yet.
Dude, how are you not bigger? Like, how are you not more famous? That's incredible.
So
you gotta put more content.
I don't create content for those reasons.
I know. I'm not saying you're creating for those reasons. I just feel like the people need more Pimp and Patty in their life. I'm not saying. I'm saying it selfishly for the people in the world, not you.
I need help, bro. I'm not a social media person or like any of those things. Like I'll show up in front of the camera and do my thing, bro. But I need somebody else to do the rest, dude. I have one good arm. It takes me like 18 minutes to put out a 5-word tweet, dude. I'm over here. I need Trump's help, bro. Like, help me, Trump. Like, you got them Twitter fingers or X fingers or I don't know. Don't talk about fingers too much. I don't like that.
Is that a new beer? Is that? We're not counting though. I'm not counting. I was just asking.
First one of the night. Come to Big Wave.
First one of the night, boys.
First one.
Starting over.
I lost my virginity 12 times, bro. I always get you late.
Oh no, this is incredible.
But if we're gonna do content, like I could find better videos, but we'll just create like gaming content together because that's the best I can do on that. But if you guys were talking about Florida, I'm gonna hit you a little bit of like, for one, Billy's a dude. I'm not saying like, but here's the thing: if you hire the best home builder in the world, and the home that he's rebuilding was set on fire, put through an earthquake, and nuclear bomb smacked it, like it's gonna take time, bro. Like maybe we're there, but like everybody's like Armstrong, dude. I love Armstrong, dude. I would drink a few beers with that guy, and we'd probably get outlawed in at least 13 states. But I mean, his defense looks a lot like Todd Grantham's. I mean, the scheme is all. I'm just like, like everybody's like, it's brilliant. He sends the cornerback in and he drops the defensive lineman into coverage. We put pork chop in coverage. Sure, that's be great for the slot receiver. Like here he runs a 45-10. Like I mean, there's. But which one is he running? Because I know these zones and schemes change, and if you do that one, it's okay. If you do that one, it's not so good. But at the same time, pork chops in coverage at times, and it'd be really, really good if we just had a really good safety and a really good pork chop, and they just did their regular jobs. But we're working towards that. That's what these big recruiting classes are for. But I mean, there's a reason that Alabama ain't sending pork chop back to cover the slot receiver. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
that's all I'm saying. Like, but I'm happy. But I'm just saying, like, you can't be like, oh, Napier's gonna do 9-3 because these kids put way too much on social media. Now they're reading this thinking it's 9-3. Like, bro, it could not be good. This could not be great, but just give them a chance. Dude, you can't dude, this whole era of firing coaches hasn't worked for anybody.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
Like, don't that dude, I would just like, I mean, if a Georgia fan died, I would donate $20. I got one good man. Oh my God, I can't make this up. Oh, one good arm. I'm not making it up. Like, this is my life.
No, that's G. What he's saying. He's saying that you can't make this stuff up. Like,
dude. So Can I tell like one funny story that really like
Yeah.
like, so you can figure out at this point, like maybe my family, good old family, Southern Christian, all that. So when I was 15, a church got with me and said, "We want you to help us with our youth program." They got a DJ, they did a dance, we had pool tables, and I did it. I organized it for them, did my little thing, and it went well. I stopped going to church. Fast forward 2 years later, driving down the road, hitting a cigar like old Mr. Miyagi earlier. I thought he passed away. Thank you, Lord, for him still being alive. We all so lucky. But, and I had the most annoying bride. I mean, I had my reasons, but this was not one that you necessarily want to be caught in public with. And I'm driving by that church. The engine falls out of my car. The engine falls out. I don't mean it broke down. I mean, it fell out of my car.
Okay.
And the church being such good people on Good Sunday, because I took her to Halloween Horror Nights here. Church being such good people, they come running out to push my car out the road. They're like, "Oh, Patrick." Dude, I opened that door. It was like the Cheech and Chong movie. And the preacher just...
Cheech and Chong.
My bad. And they pushed my car in the parking lot. I had to be working at 3 o'clock in the morning. I worked at Universal, bro. Dude, so landscaping started at 3 a.m. And this girl goes in there and says, "I need to call my mom." And this is before everybody had cell phones. And she goes in there and she definitely did call her mom. She definitely called someone else and talked for an hour and a half while I was waiting on a tow truck, while the preacher sitting in the office, while she's on the phone, and nobody getting a sermon. And I was ready to do some really unreligious things to her, but I couldn't say nothing in front of the dang preacher.
Oh my God.
Your boy's part Indian. I'm from the tribe. It's not Navajo. It's Slapaho. Like, I hate when they do shit like that, bro. The whole Slapaho tribe, like, some of them need it, bro. Like,
I can't with you, Patty. You can't. You just keep rolling. I can't. How long you been with your girl from Europe?
Come on, 5 years.
She's lived in Europe the whole time.
UK is not.
Or
Europe.
UK. Sorry, UK.
Whole different thing. But yeah. But she loves me, like, dude. She puts up with me, dude. I have one day off air. If you catch a conversation, I just think that just. But dude, I can tell you things I've done to her, like just messing around, just.
Oh, Patty.
I mean, she's a gem, bro. See,
Patty, I love you.
Crazy, bro. When you first started out, you missed the opportunity with me. You remember some dude saying they would do your Discord, or they had somebody who would do their Discord for you? And I said,
yes. Yes.
It was me, bro.
I think I dodged a bullet, Patty.
Oh yeah, I don't actually do it. I have people who do it for me, but
Patty, I love you, man. I'm about to wrap things up. Make sure you keep the bell on, so when we do these, you have to call in every time. You have solidified yourself as a high top legend. Okay, is that fair?
I'm a legend wherever I go, but I can be a high top one too. But if you want to schedule a time with me, I do show up for my appointments. I'm a bit like, dude, I'm a relaxed person, bro. I put you on when I'm like working in the yard and stuff. Like, I'm not like a, YouTube's gonna pop up. Like, let me get there for it. Like, I'm sorry, I just.
I think you're tuned in. Shoot me an email. And please, when you go.
What's your email?
Hi, you gonna write it down?
Yeah, hold up. Do you?
What the fuck, Patty?
Hold on. Don't be looking at my butt. It's nice. Don't you look at it though.
Bro, greatest show of the year.
Evidently, if I click on my iPad notes, I lose connection with you. So.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's what happened. Okay, yes, you do.
have no idea why my freaking $200 headset won't let me use the microphone on my iPad, but I'll cross that tomorrow. Let me see. I think I still got you in my notes. Dude, I can't remember my own birthday.
Fair.
Oh, hell, I probably do, but I got a million notes, so I can't remember nothing. We just touched on that. All right, what's the email?
High top.
Not high today. That's me, not him. High top.
Sports2, the number 2 at gmail.com.
Oh, no, you're number 2. Who got number 1? You don't deserve it, bro, but, you know.
I agree.
That's the participation trophies that keep getting us.
That's Patty, you're the man, baby. I appreciate you calling back in, boss.
All right,
we'll do this again, man. You be good. Tell Dad we're sorry, and tell the missus we said hi.
All right, will do, man.
All right, boo. Peace. John, what's going on, man?
What's going on, man?
How
Is
are
that
you,
dude
man?
live under power lines or something?
I don't know, man. That's Pimp and Patty, man. That's the man right there. That's our boy.
That guy. He looks like he trims trees for a living or something.
That's Patty, man. He's a gamer. That's what he does. He's a gamer.
But see, I didn't even realize the show was on tonight, man. If I don't catch the live show, I have a family. A lot of times I don't get to catch it as much as I'd like to. But I didn't even realize you guys are still on tonight, man. I just been chilling kind of low key tonight. So what's been the consensus with some of the call-ins? You got any Utah fans calling tonight?
No, not one. They're in the chat a little bit. I was hoping that some would call in, but nobody called in. But everyone's high. The optimism is very high on Gator football.
Let me put this out here just like this. We're gonna bust that ass. We're gonna bust that ass.
That's been the vibe, bro. Everybody's extremely pumped. I think the consensus is that this team going into Utah is much better. And again, they're throwing stats, and I get their stats, right? That the one guy tweeted they're bringing 80% of their offense and 70% of their defense, and we're bringing 60 and 40.
But we ran the ball down their neck at will last year, and they couldn't stop it.
And that 40% was the part that ran them over. So
right.
I think what they don't realize is that 40% and 60% that's being brought back is what beat them last year, and we've got some more coming with it.
Consistency coming, yeah.
Yeah, I fully believe that. So,
yeah, I was telling somebody else, man. I feel I'm a little different in other places. So I'm high in other places where people aren't, and I'm low in places where people think we're gonna go and like just win. Like okay. I'll give you an idea. I'm low on Kentucky. And I'm low on Missouri game. Those are just shit games. Nobody wants to go to them. They're cold. The environments suck. You know, college football runs on a lot of energy and emotion. And Mizzou's returning a lot of experience this year. So they're in their best position to beat us if they're going to do it. Right?
Mizzou's been my dark knight. And I picked them as a dark knight for this season. And again, they're Mizzou. So I can't see them running away with it. They're going to ruin some people's seasons this year for sure, though.
Yeah. Here's another one too, and I think just because, hey, look, we're going to pull out the black unis. It's going to be homecoming. I see a lot of energy for the Arkansas game, but KJ and a healthy Rocket Sanders are going to be a problem. They're going to be tough. I mean, football's more than two guys, but that's one that I think a lot of people are further down on them than they should be. Yeah, I think people should have a little more respect for Arkansas football this year.
Yeah, look, I had a ton for it last year. I think they lost a lot of games they shouldn't have lost.
Right.
I've been preaching that. I think they're going to be a lot better. I think LSU is going to be really good too. I think Georgia, honestly, I think Georgia's going to kind of look. I mean, everyone's going to mark them on their calendar, and I'm not trying to be a hater. I think Georgia's a phenomenal football team.
We've been there. We've seen it. We always get people's best game.
Yeah, and I think they've obviously got it, especially last year, but they were primed up last year. I think Mizzou's going to give them a hard time. I think I'm calling an upset with South Carolina beating Georgia. I think South Carolina is going to catch them. That's their third game of the year. It's their first big game of the year. Mm-hmm. It's going to be the determining factor if Spencer Rattler is him or not. I believe so.
Yeah. I mean, they've dumbed down the offense for him a little bit, so apparently they're a little bit better. But you know what? You know what Georgia does well? They run the ball well. And guess what South Carolina can't do? Stop the run.
Sure.
And they're going to be in this. If you look at their offseason, they didn't do much to adjust for it again. They're going to be in the same boat with us.
And look, I think they match up well against Tennessee, right? Too
I'll
high
call
up.
it now. That's going to be one of our best offensive stat games right now against South Carolina. Even if we lose, I have a feeling that they're either going to stack the box and make us throw against them, or we're going to run it down their necks again. They can't stop it. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. No worries. This is y'all's show, so you guys hear from me enough. So I don't. I'm not,
Hey man, I've been listening to the show since Jumpstart. Since early on. I guess it was about how long has the show been up now? It's going on close to 3 years, isn't it?
We just passed 3 years in June. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been listening to it since pretty early on. But I mean, I traveled for work, so I used to listen to Florida podcasts faithfully over the road. So I was always looking for guys to sit around and talk about football, talk about other teams a little bit here and there, and talk some constructive football, not just your I don't know, some of your big platforms where, whatever they just their consensus is kind of
same.
Whatever they're hearing. Yeah. Like a lot of the big media is not sold on Florida. They're all writing us off. And it's just like, do you guys even fucking do your job?
Yeah, there's something I learned with Media Day, watching Media Day, because after Media Day, they come out with the votes of how they feel teams are going to finish.
A narrative, right?
Yeah, and everybody was high on Mississippi State before SEC Media Day. I haven't been high on Mississippi State before, and I definitely wasn't afterwards. But what it told me is they used the interviews, their speech,
Right.
the coaches' speeches, and then their one-on-ones to determine how they felt the pulse of the program was. And that tells you, look, they're not. And Mark Rogers, I was on his show, and he actually brought up a good point. He's like, look, these guys, we rarely remember when they're wrong because nobody really cares about the end of the year. Desmond Howard's going to be a forever meme because his Final Four was so ridiculous that
Right.
he steered away from your typical. And he goes, look, if you pick 4 guys and you stick with your core 4, which is it's like the Bamas, the Ohio States, the Michigans,
Right.
kind of working, Georgia's in there. It's usually 1 or maybe 2 teams kind of gets rotated out. It was the TCU was the rotation this year. So you're going to get 2 out of the 4 if you stay within that consensus. But after that, nobody's even close to being right. So, because think about it, everyone had Kentucky going 11-1. Everyone forgets about that. They kind of just brush that to the side.
I just don't buy the hype. I'm going to tell you what Kentucky is. Kentucky is a less talented Dan Mullen team. And here's what I mean by that. Dan Mullen brought X's and O's. He brought in a little bit better athletes. Kentucky brings in a little bit of hard-nosed football. But the way that Dan Mullen recruited, he'll beat most of the teams he's supposed to beat most of the time, and he'll slip in there and beat a team or two he shouldn't, or what I don't want to say shouldn't, but he's not as likely to beat, right? Like a Georgia or something. And then you'll get a perfect year where all your talent and your seniors roll over it, and you'll get one of those once every 5 years, every 4 years, and you'll make a run for it. You know what I mean? And he kind of did that at Mississippi State. He about once every 4 years, he had a really, really good year, and then he just did the same thing in Florida.
Kyle Trask.
Yeah,
Kyle Trask and pitcher. That was it hit that 1 year. It took off, and then
it'll fizzle out for 3 years, and you're going to see some 6, 7, 8 win seasons, and then
that doesn't work in Gainesville. You can't have that.
No, not with the way recruiting is now, because you won't get kids talent, and FSU's that right now. Actually, that's exactly what FSU is. They're at
that peak. Yeah,
right.
They're at that peak where look, it's all or nothing this year, and we talked about it on Wednesday. Look, they're recruiting their ass off this year. I got to give it to them, but the entire team is gone next year. Gone. So
you want to know what's funny is if you look at football just a little bit as the way a program's ran, Billy Napier is going to be an SEC Kyle Whittingham. They're going to play hard-nosed football. They're going to utilize their tight ends. They're going to get some speed on the outside edges and beat their opponents, and they're going to run the ball down your neck and play hard in the trenches. And he's going to masterfully and quietly, because Whittingham's a very respectable coach. He's quiet, knowledgeable,
top 10 coach in my opinion, 100%.
Right. And I think Billy Napier's going to be an SEC version of Kyle Whittingham if he pulls it all together.
That's a hell of a comparison and a hell of a compliment. I think if anybody you don't, and I don't think you're knocking Kyle Whittingham because they haven't obviously won a natty. They haven't won a natty. They haven't won a champ, or they've won a couple Pac-12s, but he's also dealing with a smaller talent
That's
pool.
right. Yeah.
He's doing that with a
if he were
smaller
pulling
talent
the
pool.
same talent over there that we get down here,
It would be disgusting.
Yeah, he'd actually be like kind of like FSU when they were in their heyday, or Clemson. They got a pretty easy travel to their conference division, you know.
Yeah, because even Sorley just said they haven't won a natty in 20 years. Look, I think they'll never win a natty. I think they're close. They're going to always be kind of just getting over the hump. Going back to the Big 12, that might change things up a little bit. I think the Big 12 will be open for business with the teams that are going over there. But yeah, I don't think they have the ability to recruit the top tier talent to compete. Even no matter how many successful seasons, they just don't have the. I mean, it's 54,000 for their stadium. You know what I mean? Like Utah's not dragging cats in. But it shows how great of a coach he is to work with. I mean, Bryson Barnes is a 0-star guy, and that's who they're counting on.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: if an SEC opponent does not win, or actually, let me rephrase that: if Georgia does not win the Natty this year, who outside of Georgia do you put it up? I could see
Michigan.
It being LSU, Michigan.
Yeah, I'm high on Michigan. Very high on Michigan. I think J.J. McCartney is going to be great. Who?
I think this could be Penn State's year to step in.
No shot. I don't get the hype behind it.
I'm with you. We just see it every year, but I think they're in their peak right now. I'm not following them really close, but I think they're on a peak year right now.
They are. People are high on them. You're not wrong in your consensus on it. I'm not bought in. They've never given me enough juice to get it done.
No, I don't see them winning at all, but I could see them creating hell in their division this year.
I'm cool with that too.
Let me
LSU,
see.
LSU's going to be a threat.
LSU, shit, it could. USC might do something.
And look, Bama. We were talking about it last night with that 3-quarterback situation. There's enough talent on that roster that you always have to, consider them. I truly think if they kind of wobble this year, you got to think Saban's on his way out.
Yeah, you know what? I think Saban's not going to go out being a loser, though. I think he wouldn't be a loser, but you know what I mean? I just see him winning one more and hanging it up. And let me tell you something. People were talking like he's too old for the game, and I'm really tired of hearing it because I'm not a Bama fan. But I don't really have any hate against Bama. Bama fans don't talk shit to me in a negative way like Georgia fans.
I agree with you. Totally
I have no hate against Alabama. I have complete respect for them. I look at Alabama the way that I look at Florida. When we're on top, nobody beats us. Like it's just the way it is. And to be honest with you, man, I feel like what Saban's getting right now is a dose of his own money, though, or a medicine. There's parity in the league, and people are spending money the way that he did, and that shit. He's not the only one doing it now, and and he's having a hard time taking it on the chin.
And that's why I think he's kind of past. I don't think he's old. I think he's past the time of adjusting to something like this. That's what I like. Look, if things are staying the same, he could coach his way and still be a great coach. I think adjusting to what's happening is the end all. But give me your prediction, man, and then we're gonna wrap it up, man. I appreciate you calling in as always.
Prediction. Okay, so
you gave it to me though. Give me your score prediction though for the Utah game.
For the Utah game. 24-34 us.
Okay. Yeah, everyone seems to be around that 10 to 14 point range. That's where the
24-34 us. And here's why I say that. I could see them getting 3 touchdowns on us, but I see us being a little more consistent, and the other 2 scores from us is going to be 1 extra touchdown, 1 extra field goal, and we're going to have them both created by defense.
A big stop or a turnover.
A turnover by defense or a big stop. That's what I see. 10 points given to us via defense.
I love it. John,
that's where I think it comes from.
You the man. Appreciate you calling in, man. And hell of a show. 2.5 hours strong, over 130 people in here, man. I love it.
I'm glad, man. I didn't have nothing going on. I was just chilling. Me and the old pup, the old dog.
Oh, he hung up on me. but that's how you sign off there, boys. Well, hell of a show, guys. Incredible. 130 strong here at 2.5 hours on Thursday night. Football's here, boys and girls. Love you guys as always. G Whitty, you're the man. Pim and Patty, you're the man. Sorley, you're the man. You guys are all the man. I love all of you guys. As always, thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate you. Go Gators. Yeah, he got to go. Go Gators, boys. Get some rest. It's about that time, boys. We're getting close. See ya.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and